Hey everyone, welcome
Hey.
to Rooster Teeth podcast number 195.
Yay.
Now with an infinite percent more Gus than last week.
Welcome back, Gus.
Thank you. I'm glad to be back.
I'm glad
I'm
you're
glad
back.
to see you guys did okay last week.
Were you
without
proud
me.
of us, Gus?
Yeah, I watched. I was totally entertained. I was laughing.
No
you guys did
complaints?
good. I will say I wish I had warned you about the earpiece, Burnie.
Oh, about the shit all
I don't-
caked in the earpiece?
I don't know if you've ever noticed, but typically about halfway through the podcast, I pull the earpiece out and I have to start scratching my ear furiously because the earpiece is so dirty that my ear starts to itch.
Yeah, well, you have that weird thing where, like, your bodily fluids are acidic.
Yeah, have you ever seen my earwax?
Wait.
No,
All
why
your
would I ever
bodily-
fucking see your goddamn earwax?
It's-
All your bodily fluids are acidic?
Most of them.
Oh, your sweat melts the keyboards,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, he has his Mac that he has that aluminum finish, and wherever he rests his palms on the laptop, it eats through the metal.
Yeah, I have to get like protective covers on my laptop, otherwise like my
It's like
sweat
the
eats through
world's
it.
worst superpower.
I can slowly, over the course of 3 years, dissolve like
Yeah.
a half a centimeter of metal.
You should
could-
get gloves that just cover the palms of your hands.
You could
and
escape
that's it.
from jail. Just grab the bars.
Just
In
hold on.
like 20 years, they'll
20
snap us.
years, I'm getting out of here.
The guards walk by, they go, "What are you doing?" Nothing. Stop it. Nope, I'm getting out of this
Don't have to
joint.
worry about Shawshanking dirt or anything. Just-
One of my friends who works in broadcast, he works in the sound department, he said one of the worst jobs he ever had to do, douchebag, right? One of the worst jobs he ever had to do while he was working his way up the ranks was take the rubber off those earpieces, dunk them in hot water, and then blow through them to like blow all the gunky
Oh,
earwax out.
God.
Because like after a whole day of people like stood in the sun sweating and all that stuff, they would get gross.
they cost like 70 cents. Why wouldn't they just throw them away? Why do they make the guy like,
Well,
oh, that's so disgusting.
recycle the economy in that.
There's, can we talk about our visit to the Hobbit set when you and I went to go visit the Hobbit set?
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Well,
had-
can we? I'm just saying, yeah, because I went.
They had, for the Hobbits, they had like latex socks that went up to their knees that gave them Hobbit feet.
Oh, I'm gonna do it. Yeah, keep going.
Yeah, and so
It's
they
gonna make me feel
would,
sick.
bounce around in these things all day, but they're latex from knees down. So
Yeah.
they would just like sweat and pool at the bottom of them. And so at the end of the day, they'd hang them up and the sweat would drip out of their Hobbit latex
And
socks.
that's how hobbits have second soup.
Yeah. So there was somebody who would spray it, like hang upside down and spray this disinfectant, I guess.
What if you
inside
took-
Then they'd have to get an intern with a really long bendy straw to suck it all out.
it. Yeah.
What if you took bread and put it in?
Guys, it's been like 4 minutes.
You get Middle Earth
I'm already got
sweat-soaked bread.
my eyes
and you're
watered.
drinking Red Bull, which you
Are you guys excited about The Hobbit? Are you
Absolutely.
Guys? So I started rereading it, and it's a 300-page novel that they're turning into 3 movies. So
This first one, the first part that's coming out next week is, I want to say like 2 hours and 40 minutes long.
is that true?
I think
Lord.
it's pretty long.
Yeah.
If Jack was here, he could IMDb it for us.
He could. I have a laptop I could
gonna
IMDb it on right now. Yeah, I think it comes out in like 2 weeks, right? December 16th.
The 14th is when it comes out.
That's Friday.
So
Next
next
Friday.
a week from this Friday.
I'm totally gonna see it. I can't wait to see it. In fact, when I started rereading the books, I thought, wow, I only have to get through page 100 essentially to get to whatever they're gonna have in this movie.
I'm looking forward to seeing the actual scenes that we saw shot live. But that was the third movie, I think.
I think we saw stuff from the 3rd movie. Yeah.
I am
So-
so disconnected from all that
If
stuff.
it's 100 pages and 2 hours and 40 minutes, it's 160 minutes. That's more than a minute a page. Almost
Yeah.
2 minutes per page.
But yeah, a minute a page would be an hour and 40 minutes.
So it's not, when they do a movie of a book, it's not weird if they cut stuff, right? But
No.
it is weird if they add stuff in that wasn't in the book.
Agreed. Yeah, it's not weird if they cut stuff, but it is weird if they add stuff. Like for Lord of the Rings, they cut this Tom
Bombadil?
Bombadil stuff that nobody liked anyway.
Well, sometimes they have to add stuff for just like cinematic purposes.
Sure,
But like big plot things, I agree that
Well,
that shouldn't be.
the other thing they cut that was huge, I thought, in the original Lord of the Rings trilogy was they cut their return to the Shire.
That was a
And
big thing.
Saruman had gone back with the Uruk-hai and destroyed it.
yeah, there was a fight at the Shire in the book after the big battle. But I mean, cinematically, it makes sense to end on the enormous battle at Minas Tirith. Is that where they were fighting?
Minas Tirith, yeah.
Minas Tirith,
But
yeah.
I mean, it kind of sets the whole tone for the series, though, that once they undertook this journey, they can never return to the life they had. It's gone, destroyed.
Yeah.
But they were able to in the movies.
So the big thing about the books in general is that like that's what the Hobbit is mainly about. Is this Hobbit that lives in the Shire that is peaceful little people and they don't care about anything, and he's convinced to go on this adventure. It's a whole thing about like accepting adventure and going on adventure.
I bought the complete Blu-ray box set of all the Lord of the Rings movies.
Yeah.
Because I figured that'd be good to watch one day. But I've discovered that, when does a person watch Lord of the Rings trilogy? When would I sit down and put that in?
Do you have to watch it back to back, or are you the kind of person who could watch one movie and then watch the second movie?
I
like,
just can't
a couple
even.
weeks later.
I just don't ever think to like, oh, I watched Lord of the Rings. It
If
just
that's like
never
a
happens to me.
9-hour dedication.
it's a big
you need
adventure.
Like
to
2
have.
months ago, I spent an
I just want to
entire
remind everybody that the Red vs. Blue box set is now available with over 8 hours of bonus content.
14 and a half hours of.
You know what I always hear about it, though? I always hear when I read people online talking about watching Red vs. Blue, it seems like they always do it when they're folding laundry. I brought that up before. It's a weird thing that takes place. It's like folding laundry and watching Red vs.
It's
Blue.
because you don't really need to be watching it, especially the early Red versus Blue. No, I'm serious.
Or something you've seen before, you don't need to see it again.
Yeah, I mean, you know what's happening. You could tell by the dialogue, and it's mainly the jokes that I think people watch it for.
I had a friend before, like iTunes and iPods and all that, where you could download movies. He would have audio from movies, like he'd have the audio track from Star Wars, and he would just listen to it in his car, and he could just listen to the not the soundtrack, but the audio of the movie. And an hour and a half would go by on a road trip, and he'd be almost back to Houston by then.
He couldn't buy the radio play.
What's that?
He couldn't buy the radio play. Decided to go
Was
with
the
the movie
radio?
audio.
Did the radio play predate
I do not believe so.
Star Wars? It was like a BBC radio play,
Right.
right, or something like that.
Yeah, and I believe it came after the movie.
And it's supposed to be awesome.
That's what
I think it has more information than the movies, is what it is. Like I think it even has the.
Tom Bombadil.
I know. I think it has the origin of Darth Vader. Like somehow it was revealed that Darth Vader fell in a volcano. Spoiler, by the way. That there were kids
That's
I
where it
knew
came
growing
from.
up that knew that, and I was like, I don't know how they knew that Darth Vader fell in a volcano.
When did he fall? How did he fall in a volcano?
They were fighting the lava planet.
Like this.
Yeah.
In episode 3. Do you remember he like gets knocked in? He's all like fucked up and burned. I have the higher ground. That,
Yeah, I
that
fell
bullshit.
asleep in that movie.
Yeah, that was the movie you went and saw
Yeah.
when I was supposed to go see episode 3 with him when I
Right.
met him for the first time in London.
Well, hey, be better about phoning people, maybe.
Do you know the story? Do you know the
Yeah.
story?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Fucking
It's
idiot.
your fault, Gav.
You wouldn't give me his number. I couldn't contact
It's
him.
funny how
I don't give his number out.
after that whole situation, you still remain friends with him, and now he's working here.
Gavin's so
I would have just
lovably.
written him right off. Be like, fuck this guy.
He's lovably rude, is what Gavin is.
I think I can get away with it.
Yeah, because you don't give a fuck. I mean, it's like
I wish I did, honestly. I wish I
Tonight-
had some.
Normally we do makeup for the podcast at 6 o'clock. Tonight I was walking over here at 7 o'clock, and Kara's like, "Where's Gavin? I haven't done his makeup yet." I was like, "What?" I walk back over to the main office. He's in there. I'm like, "Where are you? We're supposed to do makeup at 6." He's like, "Is it 6 every week?" I was like, "Yes, we've been doing makeup at 6 for fucking 10 episodes now." He's
It
like,
takes
"Oh,
like
I never knew."
It takes like 2 minutes, though.
But we have multiple people.
I don't need my makeup.
the thing
Normally
is too
we-
is like Gavin says he can get away with it. It doesn't matter. Like he can just like I don't give a fuck and like whatever. Stand
no,
people.
I do care. I just forgot.
Oh, you just don't care. That's not caring. That's not caring. Forgetting is not caring. Shut up. So, but the thing is, like, of course you can get away with it because the people that you do it to and actually get pissed off at you are no longer in your life. So you're like, I'm only surrounded by people who don't give a shit if I don't give a shit, so it must be okay.
So if you never care, you end up just surrounded by people who equally don't care.
All the other people just filter out your life. It's like I've always said
You
about the
just-
stock market. Stock market, they always talk about what a great investment the stock market is because when you look at the listings on the stock market, all that's left are the companies that have made it and are doing well, right?
Yeah.
So if they listed every company that was ever on the stock market, it would be like half zeros. There would be a bunch of companies that are like out of business,
Gone.
out of business, out of business.
Yeah.
Chapter 13, acquired or something like that. It would look like the worst bet in the world, wouldn't
Right.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just bet or put your money in established businesses.
Well, it's one of those things where it's like anything looks like a sure bet when all you have are the winners listed.
True.
That's pretty much all you've got on there.
Yeah, bet-
Once they go out of business, they're off the stock
Yeah,
market.
bet on a sure thing like WorldCom or
Right. Or Enron.
Yeah, they'll be around forever.
Enron was what? The 4th largest company in the world when it completely just went under?
Wow.
How
I
did
did
that
not know
happen?
that. That's crazy.
Man, I don't
someone
really.
doing something a little
Enron
bit-
was doing a thing where.
Something went end wrong.
Thank you, Barbara. Can we cut to Barbara for that, please? So, you want to again, Barbara? Do you want to?
Something went end wrong.
What?
I like that she said it with such little confidence the second time. Something went wrong at Enron.
Oh, something
Where's
went
my
I
beer?
have to have at least one per podcast
there's
now.
a, there's a movie about it, The Smartest Guys in the Room, Brandon's telling me, that explains the whole thing.
Yeah, it's a great documentary. You can get on Netflix.
I thought you were referring to Brandon as
documentaries.
the smartest guy in the room.
No,
Two
no.
documentaries I would recommend on Netflix are Smartest Guys in the Room, and I think it's The Corporation. Brandon, you can probably back me up on that. I know it's a red cover with like a white devil tail.
Yeah, that's the corporation.
Yeah, great movie. And it explains like what a corporation is and like how it became to be the entity that it is in American
Yeah,
business today.
It has legal rights
as a person.
as a person and as an entity.
Yeah, and pretty relevant to everything that's going on now.
Is there porn on Netflix?
No.
No,
I've looked.
You've looked.
there are Tara Reid movies.
Do you watch porn?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi, Mom and Dad.
Your dad tweeted at me the other day, and I was like super weirded out. I was like, I made a tweet about like the 787 or something. Your dad replied, and I was like,
Why were you weirded out?
I don't know, just weird.
My parents follow everyone at this company. They know
I never thought
everything
about
that's
that.
going on.
Like I never think about that. Like I know my mom's on Facebook, but I don't think about like her sitting at a computer using Twitter or anything like that.
What did he tweet at you?
He wanted pictures of the 787.
You wanted pictures of
Did
the
you give him a
787.
picture?
No, I didn't see it till I was already on the plane. Like I had left.
Gus sent me a text saying, "Is this your dad?" And his name's Larry Dunkelman. Like, yeah, of course. Who else do you know named Dunkelman?
All right, I'm looking him up right
Lazar.
now.
So you live alone,
Yes.
right? So you're at your apartment alone, and then you think, I'm just gonna be cheeky and knock one out right now. You flick on a bit of porn to do that, right?
Flick it on.
Not
Barbara.
always.
Flick on a bit
Not
of
always.
porn. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Not always.
That's my. You don't?
That's the answer. I don't always need it to do anything.
Gavin is like, I don't know what your problem is. Like, you want to start asking a question, but you can't finish it. You're like, you embarrassed yourself and you stopped.
What
So
about
you watch
What
some
about you,
porn?
Gavin? Do you
I'm not
flick
really
on some porn?
I'm not really a porn guy.
What are you into? Girl on girl? Do you like other stuff?
It's all good, isn't it?
Once again, Gavin asked a question that Gavin refuses to answer. You don't watch porn at all?
Not
No-
really.
no porn
I've,
whatsoever.
I've never lived alone, and I feel weird about flicking that kind of stuff on when there's people in the house.
So do you ever squeeze one out?
What?
To use your terminology?
Well, you have to empty the pipes to avoid a nocturnal emission, Gus. So there you go.
So that's your way of saying yes without actually saying yes.
Does your door in your place where you live, does it lock your door?
No, it doesn't even close. Actually,
All you have to do is you just stand with your back to it and take care of business facing into the room.
Nah,
so
'cause-
it can't open.
so they see light like peeking under the door, except blocked by like 2 feet.
Yeah.
And then the door's like.
And your
juddering
door
like
handle's
this.
jiggling a little bit, just the tiniest little bit.
No, I'm really scared. I'm honestly really scared of wet dreams and stuff like that. I just wouldn't.
Why are you scared of
Why
that?
are you scared of a wet dream?
That's a weird fear to have.
Oh, because it happened to me once,
Once?
Yeah.
and it was awful.
Welcome to the condition of being male.
Well, I was.
I've never had one.
well,
Ever?
I don't think so.
I was
Ever in your
after.
life?
It was after my surgery, and on my ball. And
Yeah,
Thank you
we
for
know,
clarifying.
dude. We know your balls were cut open. Keep going.
And basically, I was letting stuff heal for many weeks after that surgery, to the point where I guess there was a build-up. And one night, I woke up sort of like shocked because I thought I just creamed myself. So so I woke up and I like checked with my hand. I was like patting myself down. I was like, oh, I guess I didn't. I guess nothing happened.
Pat
So
yourself.
I went back to sleep, and then I woke up the next morning, just caked in semen.
Okay.
Like it must have just.
Bro, nice. I would have gone with
Can
frosted.
we take a vote, please, can we move on to a different
But it
conversation?
was like it didn't come out straight away. It was weird. It was like a slow seep through the night.
Thank you. Thank you for
An admission-
continuing
an
to share
admission.
that.
So, Gavin does a weird thing, and I want to kind of call him on it. Like, you probably don't want me to talk about this, but I'm going to talk about it anyway. I was in LA recently, and I went out with Barbara, your two favorite people in the world. I went out with Live Crew Girls,
Yeah,
and we
fuck
went to
you.
dinner. Yeah, sorry.
They both texted me.
Did they?
Like, where are you? I'm just like, wasn't invited.
Notice they were more interested in not going out with you than they were actually going out with me. So
Well,
that
I
tells you
mean,
anything.
come on. Right.
All right, take it easy. All right, go home and flick on some porn and
Or
take care of
don't.
yourself. So, I told them about Gavin, about the way Gavin ends relationships, and if it's like Gavin is seeing someone for 3 months, or if Gavin is seeing one for 6 months. Gus, do you know how he decides to end relationships? Do you know what he does?
What does he do?
He just stops talking to them immediately one day. Like 1 minute they're dating, and the next minute he just refuses to acknowledge anything they say
You like
whatsoever.
don't return texts or calls or emails or IMs. You just like stop cold turkey.
Yeah, it's easy.
Who'd you do that to?
Has anyone ever done that to you?
Not.
You know, someone in the other room just screamed, "What a fucking asshole!"
No, but it's just like, for some reason, I just find it really easy just to, like, there's
Be an
someone in.
asshole?
No, there's someone in my life, and I can just be like,
No, I think more than that. I think you just want to avoid the confrontation. You
Yeah.
just don't want to have to deal with the emotional fallout from telling someone, "I don't want to be with you
Honestly,
anymore."
I think breaking up with someone is worse than being broken up with.
Breaking up with somebody is worse than being broken up with. Okay, I can see that.
100%.
So that's what I was saying. I was explaining this, and I actually saw a conversation where someone was like, "Hey, Gav, what's up? What are you doing today?" hey, I didn't hear from you today. Hey, I didn't hear from you yesterday. What's going on? How you doing? Love you. And then like later that day, like, are you getting these? And then it's this descent into hatred from there of just like analysis of his personality and no response from him.
Do you just start assuming that he's dead? Or what do you, like?
No,
I think after a while you hope he's dead if you're in that situation. I'm sure that's what some of these girls think.
I think every relationship I've ever been in, I initiated the breakup. Like, I'm always the dumper, never the dumpy.
This is the thing. I never date anyone. I'm never in relationships, really. It's just like seeing someone. It's not like we're dating and then I just ignored my girlfriend.
Is this a recent occurrence, or is this like back in the day? Like, have you matured, or is this something you still do?
No, absolutely not.
Well, here's the thing: is I said this, and Milana said what you said. She's like, "Oh my God, I can, it's like I talk, and it's so hard. It takes me 3 months to break up with somebody." And I said, I'm the same way. It's like it's just I got to tell somebody we're not seeing each other anymore, and that's it. Rip the Band-Aid off and just take care of it. I could never just like turn them off and just weather the comments that are coming my way from that. I just couldn't do that. And Stevie goes, "I do that." And I said, "Really?" Stevie does the exact same thing.
As Gavin.
She's completely got your technique down. She does the exact same thing.
I just think it's like less feelings get hurt.
Really? You think, no, your feelings don't get hurt because you get to ignore everything that's directed at you.
I don't think he does get to ignore it though. Because I mean, he gets the messages.
But he doesn't look at them, I'm sure. I'm sure you don't read them. You just clear the alert and you
You've
move on.
got to
Yeah, I
read
have
them.
a glance.
You'd be like, who's it from? That's enough.
Well, can I tell you something too? Something I actually admire about Gavin that I do as well is that on my iPhone, there's a function you can have where it actually tells people when you read their texts.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yes.
you get delivered. It says the text was delivered, and then it also says you can turn it on to where it says if they've read it and what time they read it. Gavin turns that on, and I turn it on because I just want.
Well, I don't want
know.
people to think I'm ignoring
You
them.
want people to know that you're ignoring them then.
No, I just want people to know.
And the other day, didn't you tweet or send an email about how no one ever returns your texts? And I was like, this fucking asshole. I have the lowest percentage of return texts in the world with you. And then
Are you kidding
completely
me? Bullshit.
Absolutely.
Whip 'em out. Whip out
you
your phone.
never
Yeah,
I can't
return
whip out my
texts.
phone. I got my
Open
phone
up the
tucked
phone.
away.
That'd be a great app where it just analyzes your messages and
Brandon
and does-
agrees, by the way.
Bullshit. All right, here we go.
It should just do the ratio of like
gonna whip
blue
it
to
out.
white on the
Yeah.
messages. Like, who's the worst at returning?
All right, let me see here.
You'll look it up.
Don't show any of those naked pictures I sent you.
Come on.
Let me see.
at
here.
our-
Or show them. What do I care?
Yeah, seriously.
We made frag, dude.
There are some people in my
I need some new
text.
porn.
Who's the worst about texting?
You.
I'm not even close.
You're pretty good.
You're 10 times worse than I am when I text
Well, I'm
you.
not going to
That's-
say me, am I?
Oh, no, you're probably not.
Yeah,
Let me see here.
you sent me a text in LA. You're like, where are you? And I was like, I'm over here. Where are you? No reply. Then an hour later, oh, oops, getting on the plane. I was like, you fucking asshole. Like, that's the epitome of the Burnie texting experience.
All right,
In
here
your
it
defense,
is.
You did reply, but it was an hour late and impossible to do anything at that point.
7:31 p.m. Are you at the club in the airport?
Is this Gus talking?
That's
Gus
him.
immediately replies, "Yeah, I'm by the bar. Where are you at?" An hour and a half later, oops, leaving for plane. Okay.
See?
Yeah, that's true.
Well,
That's
it's
true.
justified right there.
You texted me as well, though, didn't you?
Yeah,
Yeah, I replied.
yeah.
You're,
You and I, we had a back and forth.
you're pretty good about replying. Bernie, you're hit or miss. Sometimes it'll be like boom, boom, boom,
You're
boom, boom.
kidding me.
But
Yeah,
sometimes
you
it'll
have
be
a
like,
reputation for not returning texts.
That seems unbelievable to me.
Come
I
on,
think I'm a good
look at your
texter.
face. Look at your face. You love the fact that you're a shoddy texter. You love it.
You have a reputation,
So
man.
Jack just wrote me and says, you are terrible with text.
You
And
see?
Look how fast I'm gonna reply, Jack. Fuck you. Send.
Do you have anyone in your messages who the entire conversation is just pictures?
Yes, Barbara.
I have it with Ray. I don't know if you can see on the camera. Like every single message we ever sent is pretty much a picture.
me
Just
and
pictures
you,
of our faces.
me and Gavin play this game where we'll text each other the most ugly,
Carry
ugly
on.
face. What'd you just see?
Nothing.
Porn. We'll text each other the most ugly face we could possibly make, and just a photo of that back and forth.
But you discovered, you saw me do it live and I actually make a lot of noise when I can't do a funny face
You
without.
can't do a funny face without moving your hand in the most awkward, like claw position.
One time he did that to me. I was giving him a ride home, and I'm driving. I park. I'm like, all right, here you are, get out. And he gets out. Then I get a text, like before I even take off again. I take my phone out of my pocket. And I look, and he had made a funny face sitting right next to me in the passenger seat,
Yeah.
and sent it to me as a text. I didn't even see him do it.
I think Ray filmed a video of me and Gavin at Rudy's. We're back to back, both on our phones, like making the most disgusting faces back and forth and like trying not to laugh about it. And Gavin the whole time was just like,
It's a funny world, isn't it? Technology. It's great. It's a great use of it.
I'm embarrassed to admit, one time Gavin and I were at an event, we just were sending each other pictures of our crotches. That's what we were doing. I forget where we were at the time.
You sure that was me?
Yeah.
Sounds like a bar. There might have been alcohol involved.
I don't know where we were.
No, I kind of remember that. Yeah.
Just like crotch shots. For some reason, we started doing that.
Good
Wow, thanks, Jack. Jack just sent me a picture of Kate Upton on a runway.
Nice.
Is that her name?
Yeah.
You know Kate Upton's 20.
I thought she was still 19.
I think
Too
she-
old now.
I think she just
Sorry,
turned
Kate
20.
Upton, you missed your window.
What did she do?
She's a model.
Oh.
I should make fun of Jack for that funny Twitter conversation.
Yes, you should. Let's bring
Wait,
it
wait.
up.
I didn't see
Bring
this.
it up. No.
I didn't see this. You said something happened between Jack and Jessica Nigri.
Yeah, Jack was talking to Jessica Nigri yesterday on Twitter, and he was like, hey, come see me. She goes, okay, I'll come see you if you bring Joel. And he's like, okay, ha ha ha. Or I just leave Joel at home.
Cracking up in the control
They
room.
laughed at the other room. And he goes, oh, ha ha, I'll just leave Joel at home. She goes, no, definitely bring Joel.
Oh my God.
Oh, man.
And it's just out there in the
Whoa,
world.
that's
just like,
public.
yeah.
Burn, dude.
Man.
Now,
Now
it's
even more
public.
Man, that's awful.
Hey, gotta swing for the fences, you know what I'm saying?
Well, at least you know she has low standards. So Jack
Yeah.
still has a chance.
I didn't mean that Jessica was swinging for the fences. No. I think Joel would make the world's shittiest wingman. That's what I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh.
not-
That's
Yeah, I'm so sorry, Jack.
What did he say?
He just goes, I hate you so much.
Well, that's what he gets for making fun of you for your texting abilities.
Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize. We should, Jack, come down. You can be on the podcast.
We'll
Drive
let
over
you
here.
go into the response area that we
Oh,
have
my
worked
God.
out.
We should put a picture of Jessica Nigri on the green screen behind him.
turning her back on him.
You know, I owe Jack, though. You know what, Jack? Did you see what they got in the Achievement Hunter office?
No.
They got one of the fucking Xbox Live 10-year Xbox.
Oh, yeah, I was out. I still haven't seen that thing. I forgot y'all got it.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
And you know, it was sent specifically to Jack. The guy who sent it to us from Microsoft said, "Hey, give me the address. Where should I send this?" And Jack said, "Just send it over here." So of course it arrives to Jack. So Jack's like, "This is mine." Ha ha ha.
How old is his Xbox Live account?
It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
It doesn't matter.
It fucking does.
Yeah.
I'm
So-
gonna usurp that shit.
Jack
No.
has like 8 Xboxes.
It doesn't matter. That thing showed up. It was addressed to the Achievement Hunter office and it was signed for by Jack. So that it's going to stay in the Achievement Hunter office. It's not going
Everything-
anywhere.
I don't see Jack here tonight.
Everything
run
that gets
for it.
sent to me here is opened before I get it. Like, do people just open all the mail?
People just open all the mail.
I gave you your stuff packaged up.
Yeah.
The mail that shows up at my desk is regularly opened.
Who opens it?
I'll open mail if it's addressed to me or to other people. I'll open it.
You open to other people.
No,
and then you never reply.
I will open anything that is addressed specifically to me. I'll also open Matt's mail because it's usually meant for one of the two of us, and he doesn't have a problem with that. Or I'll open anything that's just a Rooster Teeth in general.
Is it against the law here to open mail that's not yours?
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
But you could also make the
YOLO.
argument that anything that comes addressed here is usually just to Rooster Teeth care of somebody.
Yeah.
And that that means it's addressed to the company. So I don't
Yeah.
think that's an issue.
You get so much mail at the office. You and Monty both get packages daily, at least.
Yeah, we get a lot of stuff. Yeah.
Yep.
Monty's
Kathleen, when she first moved here, got a ton of packages
Yeah,
too.
that too.
Yeah. There was a day where I got like a package a day from Amazon. It seemed like.
Yeah,
A
you're right,
day
that
when you got a
died
package
down.
a day? A day when you got a package a day?
There was a time when I got a package a day. Sorry.
Yeah, you went through a long phase of that.
Was-
Like anytime I saw an Amazon box, I knew it was like, Burnie.
Yeah, I don't know. That's when I was buying all my socks after Gavin made fun of my socks, and I started wearing.
Do you
new
have a
socks.
sock surplus?
Oh, I have a ton of socks.
What are you wearing today?
I have on.
Like when you
should
have
we
a
go to
surplus
the
of
wide?
new socks.
Yeah.
I have my gray little leg there, little racy.
I have my socks that I had to buy at Disneyland when the airline lost my
What you got?
my luggage. It's grumpy socks because I was at Disneyland
They're
and they're the
perfect
only
for
socks
you.
I could buy.
So tell us about how you lost your luggage going to
I
Paris.
didn't lose shit, my friend. I did not lose my luggage. Oh, see, this is grumpy.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa,
Or it's
earthquake.
grumpy, and it says Disneyland Paris on the foot, but I'm not going to take my sweaty foot out of the out of the shoe right now.
I feel bad.
So-
I had to write Jack and tell him that I love him.
I went to Minecon, right? I showed up at Paris like 7 a.m. on Thursday on Thanksgiving. My luggage never showed up. They were like, "Oh, don't worry, it got put on a flight to Frankfurt. It'll be here at 2:30 in the afternoon." I said, "Great. So then you'll take it straight to my hotel?" "Yeah, no problem."
Bullshit.
At 4:30, still showed up. I called him like, "Oh yeah, it's here. It showed up. We're just gonna get a courier to take it over to you." I was like, "Okay, I'm getting it tonight, right?" Because I still hadn't showered. I'm still wearing the same clothes I've been on for like a day and a half. Like, "Oh yeah, it'll be there." At 6:30, it still hadn't showed up. I call them back. They're like, oh, yeah, everyone at the United desk left for the day, so your baggage is just in the customs cage. I was like, what? I was like, so what, they show up like at 7 a.m. tomorrow? No, they'll be here at 9. I was like, you're telling me at 6:30 everyone's gone home and no one will show up till 9? They're like, yeah.
At the airport?
Lord.
Yeah. I was like, at the fucking international terminal?
No way.
Yeah,
That
so
can't
then
be
I had to
true.
wait till like 4 p.m. the next day to finally get my luggage.
Fuck.
So meanwhile, they said, don't worry about it. You can buy whatever clothes you need. We'll reimburse you for it. And I was like, okay, that's kind of cool, but I'm at Disneyland. What am I going to fucking buy?
Princess dress?
So I had to buy a Michael Jackson Captain EO shirt,
Nice. Good choice.
Why are
these
you wearing
socks, and since I'm an adult man, I could not buy underwear anywhere at Disneyland. So I had to buy swim trunks instead of underwear. And I wore swim trunks instead of underwear for 2 days.
Dude, why didn't you just go without?
No.
Oh,
I
you're
couldn't.
right, because you have an
and-
enormous 12-foot penis.
Yeah, my 12-foot cock would be hanging out. And since I was in France, no one sold deodorant.
What?
That's not true. They
That's
don't sell
absolutely
it?
true. There was
Was
no
that in a
deodorant
hotel?
anywhere.
They didn't
No,
have
God, no.
anything to buy
They don't
there?
sell deodorant at Disneyland.
No.
Really?
And they should at Disneyland Paris, believe me.
Yeah.
Wow.
People fucking stink over there.
That's a real commitment to be
Well, you were
Shout out
and
to
stinky.
France.
You were with your wife, right?
Yeah.
Why didn't you just use some of hers?
She doesn't sweat. She doesn't need deodorant. She just like she doesn't sweat. She
That's
doesn't,
impossible.
She doesn't stink. Nope.
She didn't have any sort of like cleaning products with her that had a scent.
No deodorant.
I could probably put on
perfume.
deodorant like once every 3 days and be fine.
yeah,
yeah.
Not me. I got some toxic
Do you?
shit going
I
on.
believe
right
you
Well, it's
probably
acidic.
eat through the
Yeah, it's
canister.
acidic.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a long couple of days. They still have not paid me back for the clothes I had to buy.
Do you have to send them the Disneyland receipts?
Yes. So I'm waiting to
Swim
get my money back.
trunks, grumpy socks.
Well, I'm glad you're back. It was tough not having you in that chair last week. I don't know if you saw the fight I got in with Joel, where Joel had to sit in this chair.
Yeah. Someone commented that he's Derek Zoolander because he has to sit on the left.
Yeah, I mean, Joel, he's an actor, so he knows. I mean, he knows how to best
It's his
present
good
himself.
side.
And of course, also should point out that it was closest to the bathroom because everyone last week, when you go and you leave, suddenly everybody decides that's the week they're going to go to the bathroom. I'm like a substitute teacher. It's like everybody's like, I need to go to the restroom.
Sure.
I'm going to start
Can I
a
be
count, a
excused?
tally of how often people have to go to the bathroom and hold that against them.
And they're also bad at it too. You know?
I'm a
it's like
woman
they
and
don't
I've never
unplug
gone.
and like go. They just like rip their mics off and make a bunch
We've
of
also
noise.
got several cameras here, so it's very easy not to cross the one camera that's being used, but everyone always walks right.
Well, no one
in
knows
front
how that works. They're like, oh, he's on camera? Okay. Like right in front of the one that's on.
Who's the worst?
The worst so far, I think, is Jack.
I would say Michael's the
Michael.
worst.
Jack and Michael
Yeah.
are pretty close to each other.
It seems like every time Michael's on, he's got to go to the
I think
restroom.
one time he went twice.
So I thought it was Jack who went twice.
No, I think that was
Good
Michael.
lord.
Oh, was it? Okay, I'll have to go back and rewatch podcasts.
I bet Jack's in his car right now driving up here.
I've gone 0 and I have a woman bladder.
Same
so
here.
I just want to make that statement that I'm really good.
So when I was
Two things on Twitter, by the way, they're very happy about are a lot of people apparently break up like Gavin does by just stopping talking to their significant
It's
other.
not really breaking
Okay.
up. You say it like it's
Assholes.
breaking up. It's just you're not seeing someone anymore.
Yeah, but
You can't break up with someone you're not dating.
listen, we're
Right?
not dating. If you did that to me, I would be upset with you. If you just one day shut off the spigot, no more conversation with Burnie, and I'm texting you going, "Hey, what's up?" and you're just like, "Can't
it'd be
bothered.
like texting Bernie.
Can't be bothered." I don't do
It'd be
that.
like
I
you
can't
texting a
believe that you
mirror.
guys think that I do that.
Texting a mirror.
I'm trying to go
Except
through
maybe
now
you look
into my,
great.
my phone and see how many. Jack is saying I've only gone twice total. So Jack, I'm not answering your text anymore. So
Um,
I
I'm
saw
cutting
it.
you off.
When I was at Minecon, it was in Disneyland Paris, so there were a lot of Europeans there. I met a lot of people in Europe who listened to the podcast, including several people from Denmark, which I
Must
thought
be
was
really
really
great for them.
unusual. Yeah,
Is Denmark considered a Scandinavian country? Would that be?
I don't think so.
What's that region?
It's like Norway and Sweden are Scandinavian. I don't think of Denmark as being.
Where the fuck's Denmark? Denmark's up there though, isn't it? Where's
It's
it all?
northern Europe, but it's not like on the
Which
peninsula.
one is the cock and balls?
That's
of Europe?
Sweden and Norway.
Sweden and Norway.
But there's another one up there too, right?
I don't think so.
Isn't there?
Uh-uh.
Oh, it's just Sweden and Norway on that peninsula. Okay.
Like Denmark's like, God, I don't even want to say because I'm gonna get it wrong. It's like north of Germany, like on that northern coast of Europe.
And those are Danish people.
Yes, Danes.
Danish.
You don't say Danish anymore?
Danish makes me think of like a tasty breakfast pastry.
Yeah, I mean, it's based on Danish pastry. Maybe that's where it
Dane
comes
sounds
from.
like a dog.
So, do you still call people from the Netherlands Dutch?
Called needs.
What?
Dutch.
Netherlanders.
Netherlanders.
All right, let me see. Which countries are Scandinavian? And why are they called Scandinavian countries?
Oh.
Gavin, you're from Europe. You tell us. Why are they called Scandinavian countries?
Because of the war.
What countries are
Good answer.
Scan?
Someone said that you had a very nice laptop, Bernie.
Oh, they did? Thank you.
They did
This
on
is,
Twitter.
look at this.
Razor.
Bam. So when we were producing the Gauntlet, one of the sponsors for the Gauntlet was Razer, and they saw that I was using a different brand of laptop on the podcast, so they said, Burnie, do you want one of our gaming laptops, a Blade, so that you can use that on the podcast? I said, fuck yeah.
It's a sweet computer.
It is awesome. I'll have to show it off, like do a little video on it and stuff too, because it's got these. I can show you my screen here, but it's got this row of
Like LED.
10. Yeah, it's like 5 and 5 little buttons, but every button is an LED screen, so it like dynamically changes on the fly to like when I'm on my desktop, there's like a Twitter button, a Facebook button, all that.
And you can customize them.
Yeah, and then when I go into a game, it like becomes customizable buttons for like say Team Fortress or Left 4 Dead.
So cool.
That's
Yeah.
what we were doing. We were using those when we were playing Natural Selection 2 the other week.
And it's badass because it's nice to be able to like just have gaming go with me wherever. I started playing XCOM, and I was super disappointed to find out. I kind of made a switch. I think I'm getting back into PC gaming. I used to only play games on Xbox because of achievements, but now I really don't care so much about that. So I'm starting to kind of move back as my default, moving back towards PC. Like I'm playing XCOM on PC.
Yeah.
Rather than play it on Xbox.
I played it on the 360 and had a blast, but it definitely looks better on the PC.
I'll tell you what, some of the photos that I've seen of Skyrim, screenshots of Skyrim, made me think I should have played it on PC.
Yeah, a lot of that's also mods as well.
Yeah.
But still,
That-
yeah.
yeah.
I mean, I think this thing would be capable of handling it.
Absolutely. And,
Yeah.
and the thing about the Xbox 360 at this point is it's old, you know. It's what it came out
7 years.
seven
Yeah,
years ago now.
2005 it came out. Yeah, I just hit its 7th year. It's crazy.
That is crazy.
So I mean, I think if you had like a 7-year-old computer they were running games on today, you know, it wouldn't look nearly as good.
How many DSs have there been? Or handheld Nintendos since the Game Boy?
DS.
5.
Every time I see it in the
DS
store, it's a
Lite?
different one.
Yeah,
There's
the
like,
DS,
there's
DS
a big one, there's
Lite.
a fat one, there's a...
3DS, 3DS XL. I think there's also a normal DS XL
There is
as well.
I think, yeah.
So like 5.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
That's what I said.
Does the Wii
I totally
Mini
guessed.
count as one now, or yeah, whatever that
That's,
is?
that's not out yet, right?
Are they going to call it the weenie?
I've been
I
playing.
doubt it.
I've been playing Wii U. I've been playing a lot of Super Mario Brothers on the Wii U.
You said it was hard.
It's
You like-
fucking hard. It is a hard game, dude. It's hard. It really is.
Mario has never been hard.
Listen, let me tell you something.
Although
Yeah,
I was
it has
watching,
been.
I was watching
It's frustrating as hell.
I was watching Kerry try and play the Lost Levels the other day.
Yeah.
In the studio, he was struggling. He was bad.
Really?
Yeah.
So that's the Mario that they didn't release in the U.S.
Yeah. What was with that? Why didn't
That
you-
was Mario 2 in Japan,
right?
but they released another game. They just reskinned it as Mario 2 in
And
the
that was the
US.
one where Luigi would float through
Yeah.
the air. And
And you
I
pick
believe-
up onions and
yeah,
stuff.
it just didn't match.
Turnips.
It didn't
Turnips,
match
yeah.
anything.
Yeah, I believe it was called a game called Doki Doki Panic
And it's
in
literally
Japan.
the original of that game is the exact same entire game except no
The-
Mario. They're just different characters.
The main characters were
That's
just like
weird.
different
Why would
sprites.
they do that?
They said they thought that Super Mario 2 that was released in Japan, they thought it was too difficult for American audiences.
Well, they were right.
Yeah, and so they didn't release it here originally as Super Mario 2.
I loved Super Mario 2, the US version anyway.
And then I didn't know about it until
flo-
recently. Brandon was telling me about it. It was released as the Lost Levels on, I think, SNES?
Yeah, and it's part of the Super Mario All-Stars.
Okay. PlayStation All-Stars is about to come out. Do you know anything about that?
It's like a Super Smash Brothers type game, right?
Yeah. Or is it out? I mean, I don't even know.
I think it's out already.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I need to get more up on my PS3. I don't know really anything.
The
on
only thing I'm
PS3.
really looking forward to at this point on the PS3, I think, is Last of Us.
Yeah, that's Naughty Dog.
Yeah, I can't think of another game coming out. Oh, there's also that. Oh God, it's that Japanese role-playing game that has that very cartoony style. It comes out in January. Ni no Doku or something like that. It looks like a cartoon. It's really crazy,
Nino Doku.
or something like that. It's like some Japanese name. I don't remember what it's called.
Did you ever play like the Dreamcast? What was that game? That overly dramatic role-playing game on Dreamcast? Shenmue.
Yeah, I love Shenmue. I played 1, 2, and I even imported 3 from Japan and played Shenmue 3.
You imported a game?
Yeah.
Wow.
Did they take like 10 years
It
to
also
make?
it cost a fuck ton of money, and I was broke as shit back then, but I had to play
Did
it.
you guys ever play Knights for the Dreamcast?
No,
Yes.
yeah, I remember it.
With that like weird,
elf-looking thing.
I don't know what he was, but he like flew around rings and like another girl came along with him.
Yeah.
I have like vivid memories of that
Yeah, it
game
was
from my
a
childhood.
Sega Saturn game.
I don't think I ever played it.
I thought it was on the Dreamcast.
No, there was a sequel that was made eventually,
Oh,
but the first one was originally
I
Saturn.
don't know shit.
You guys got all serious talking about these games for a second. Yeah, the Dreamcast games that I played mainly were, Monty just texted me and wrote Nino Kuni.
Ni no Kuni. There you go. Kuni, right?
Kuni.
K-U-N-I?
Nino Kuni, yeah.
So I would like to point out, Burnie, that
Why didn't you text me? Thanks, Bonnie.
Because he knows I'm checking, apparently. I'm good with texting.
I reply.
I don't know if you ever heard about that. Also, Katie messaged me for some reason. I don't know why. Go to bed, Katie.
Yeah, let me read this before you go. I want to remind everyone that this podcast is brought to you by...
Right. We missed a Scandinavian country. We missed Finland. So
Finland.
go fuck yourself,
The Finns.
Gus.
Finnish.
No one
Yeah.
listens.
Yeah,
We
Finnish.
finished. But it's funny because we just had a funny text conversation about Finnish when we were at the Nerdist bowling thing.
Yeah.
Joel wrote, "We just finished," but he was told finish.
He
like,
said, I didn't finish
I didn't-
last.
I didn't
But
finish.
finished like people from Finland.
Yeah, he almost finished last. on
No
our
spoilers,
team.
no spoilers.
All right. Well, yeah. We all did very well, and we're
So
happy.
I did a thing that I've never done since I've lived here. I woke up after noon on Sunday.
Yeah?
Just slept in. Haven't done that for a long time.
You haven't done that since you've moved here?
No.
What time did you get up?
12:01.
What time did you go to bed?
I don't know, like 2 or something.
What time do you go to bed? Like on just a regular day, it's a weekday. What time do you go to bed and what time do you wake up?
About 1 and then wake up at 7:30.
Okay, what do you do?
I used to go to bed really late, like 2 a.m., 1 a.m. every night. Now it's like 10:30. I'm ready to go to bed.
Yeah? So you get 5.5 hours of sleep every day.
Pretty much.
Okay, what about you?
Typically between midnight and 1, and then I wake up like at 7:30 or so.
7:30? So this thing where it's like, I think I should go to bed at 10, and then I just refuse. I do some kind of thing where
You
I just,
also wake up really early.
I wake up super early, yeah. But I
Yeah.
mean, he wakes up 6:30 is not bad. So I wake up about 5.
Oh, I thought you said 7:30.
7:30.
I did.
I thought you said 6:30.
No, 7. That's what he said.
Did I?
No,
No.
he
He
said
said some
half
weird
of 7.
British-
Half of
thing.
7. That's
Half
what
7.
Half 7.
Half past 7.
I think saying, for some reason I thought you were saying it was half till 7.
Oh, we're not in Germany.
Speak fucking English, for God's sake.
Anyway, this is what I did. I woke up at 12:01, started playing Halo 4, Legendary, beginning to end in one go. It is awesome. And it's not even that hard. I don't know what you're talking about.
You're fucking mental.
There's
What
some
time did you
difficult.
finish?
Like 8 p.m.
Okay, 8
Yeah,
hours.
it's so much more fun on Legendary.
That's a pretty quick run for Legendary, I think.
I already had levels 1 and 2 done.
Oh, okay.
I may or may not be playing on easy.
You had 1 and 2 done solo?
Yeah.
So now you've done a complete solo run.
Yeah, and I've got the Mark 6 helmet.
Have you done a legendary co-op run?
Brag about it.
No.
Do you want to? Because I
Yeah,
wanna
yeah,
do it just
I need
for
the achievement for
completion's
Legendary, for co-op.
sake. Yeah,
whatever.
Yeah, heroic or higher
Yeah.
co-op. Yeah.
But there are some moments, like you said you struggled on the mammoth level, which
Oh,
was,
yeah,
I
that would be
did-
fucking terrible.
I didn't know
No,
there
it
was a
was-
whole rack of rocket launchers.
I didn't even use it. I
in
just
the
got a
map.
guy in my Gorse Hog and we were going around. He was.
What was the guy carrying? Oh, is he on the Gauss Hog?
Yeah.
Still, fuck it. I'm impressed.
Yeah,
I-
It was right.
Good gunner.
The worst bit by far was the very last bit of the last level, where you go like one direction, you fight some crawlers, and
Right.
you have to go the other direction, and there's just Promethean Knights.
Like
Except there's
7 of them.
There's 9, and the one at the end has incineration cannon.
Right.
So the amount of times I would like slyly like kill 8 Promethean Knights, I'd be like, all right, let's kill this last prick, and then he'd just shoot my face and I'd melt.
Yep.
That happened a lot of times.
See, that part I blew right through when I got to it, but I recognized it should have been harder than
Yeah.
what it was.
What do you do when you get really frustrated in a game? Do you get really angry,
He dents his desk. You should see his desk.
toss it around? Do you go back to it like a couple hours later or the next
I could
day?
throw a controller. I've been
I've
known to
seen
throw a
him
controller.
break an Xbox controller with just his hands.
Yeah, snap it, snap it in half.
You've snapped it in
Yeah,
half.
like crunch, and like the thing was just broken.
I like seeing rage in you. 'Cause ever since we did that short where there was a bunch of me in that closet,
Oh, the
and then
cloning
you
one.
had to
That's
yell.
so scary.
You had to yell into the closet
Yeah.
while I was in there. But like before the take, you would like kind of go quiet and start shaking and like build yourself up into a moment
Yep.
of rage to the point where you'd be like, you'd just be like shaking with rage. I can imagine you like that ripping a controller in half.
Well, that's like the fake office tour that we made at the end
Yeah.
of I'm yelling at everybody. That was completely unscripted. I just ran around in a circle yelling at everybody. Marshall was really like legitimately like, I don't want to talk to you for the rest of the day. 'Cause I'm legitimately scared
His
of you.
secret is he's always angry.
That's right. That's right. I don't know. I would say I used to be an angrier person. Would you agree with that,
I
Gus?
would agree with that.
Yeah, I'm not nearly as angry as I used to be, but
I
I,
don't
used
know.
to be
We,
angry.
we've all been there.
Yeah.
You've all been angry
Have we?
Burnie.
I'll tell you something that could have potentially made me angry this weekend, but didn't. Speaking of, I'm a bad texter. Barbara sent me the stupidest goddamn text in the world this weekend.
No, it wasn't stupid.
She sent me, I don't want to ruin something, but she sent a photo of herself and she had blood on her head.
It's fake blood.
Well, whatever, fake blood. She sends me a photo of blood. That's not the important part. She sends me the picture of herself like that, and I'm like, oh, Barbara's got fake blood on, obviously. But then she sends a text right after it where she just writes, help me. And that's it. She writes, help me. And then she shuts off her fucking phone.
No. I put my phone away because we were about to
Do something.
shoot
You're shooting
something.
something. And she puts it away. So I write, hey, I go, what's that from? No response. Then about 5 minutes later, I go, hey, I just want to make sure, you wrote help me, want to make sure everything's okay. No response. Like, fuck. So then I call her phone, it goes straight to voicemail. And I know, I'm sitting at my house, I know for a fact she's perfectly okay, but I'm thinking, she texted me help me and didn't text anything else after that. So then I'm like, fuck, I gotta do something about this. Because just imagine like I'm explaining to the cops, yeah, she sent me a photo of herself covered in blood and she wrote help me, but that's how we work. That's the way our business
Okay, but
is.
do you really think that if I was in a situation where I was injured, I would
take a picture of herself.
open up my phone, take a picture of myself, text you, rather than just call an ambulance or go like.
No, I don't, but that's why I had to check. I'm just like, I know this is not legitimate. I know
What?
she's not in danger, but I still have to fucking make sure.
Why don't you just call someone else on set?
I didn't know she was on set, first of all. I didn't know that. So I start calling people who live nearby to her going, hey, I'm across town. Do you know where Barbara is? Can you go just like knock on her door, just make sure she's okay? She sent me this stupid text. And they were all together, it turns out.
Yeah.
And
Me and
they
Kara were just like.
and they laughed.
Me and Kara were like, man, Kara did an amazing job on my makeup.
It wasn't, I mean, the makeup was great, Kara, it really was. But it wasn't the makeup
good.
part of it, it was the text that just said, help me.
So you were actually, did you leave the house? Were you worried?
No, he
No.
just called people.
I
Okay.
called a bunch of people.
Okay.
I called a bunch of people that were nearby. And then eventually I got to like 2 or 3 people who were like sitting right there with
I
me.
was hoping to come back to my apartment to find my door being broken down.
I would have called the cops to teach you a lesson. Yeah. They like, knocked your door in, trying to figure out what had happened to you. So thanks, Barb.
No problem.
Have you ever had to kick a door in?
I've kicked in doors. It's surprisingly easy. You just kick it right at the handle.
Yeah.
An interior door you can kick in about 2 seconds.
Interior
So,
crocodile alligator.
Today, Gus came in and found this mallet in the office, like next to my desk. And he goes, can I hit the side of your desk with this mallet? And I was like, you really? You want to do that? So he takes this big mallet. So it's heavy, right? You've seen it. And
Yeah.
he just goes, and first of all, he misses completely.
I missed.
Like, he completely whiffed. He almost knocked his
How
kneecap
did you
out.
miss the desk?
I just wanted to hit the corner.
So then he
Guys,
connects
that's
very well with the
unbelievably
corner.
embarrassing. You missed a desk with a hammer. Go ahead.
It wasn't that fair.
So the corner of my desk is now just mullered and like split, and there's crumbly bits of like MDF coming out of it or whatever. And then you're like, I'll fix this, don't worry. So he goes and gets some tape and like tapes up the corner. And he's like, there you go, it's fixed. Whack, and whacks it again. So now the corner of my desk is like down and split with tape all over it.
I remember when Jeff went on vacation, we did that to his desk with a golf club.
Why does nobody have any respect for desks?
It's funny.
I mean, break other things, but I have to.
Okay, you heard it. Break other things. He said it.
Like your legs? Or
Something that'll heal. Yeah, we also sign your desk.
Yeah, my desk full of writing. The desk I had before this, Michael spent one weekend, I guess, taking every single thing off my desk, turning my desk around, and then putting it all back on. And it was lower on the back side because it's usually against the wall. So I'd slam my kneecaps into it every time I sat down. I'd forget. I'd like, but I refused to turn it back around myself.
That's
'Cause
dedication.
It would have taken like an hour to do it. Take all my stuff off and unplug everything.
Not
You're
even- not an
confusing me.
hour.
You're confusing me. Turning your desk around made it lower.
It
enough
was
to put
it was an old desk. Like there was
The back of
drawers in
it's
the front,
lower.
but the back was lowered.
Oh, I
Like,
see.
And it was just low enough for me to clock my kneecaps on it.
Okay.
You
Every
were-
single time.
You were looking for that hammer thing yesterday.
Well, you were playing bloody Nancat all day.
It wasn't all day. It was like
It was 5 hours.
4 hours.
I could hear it in my office when I was working. When I was editing with headphones on, I could hear it. Then I went to the bathroom to take a little leak, and I could still hear it. I wasn't sure whether I could actually hear it or whether it would just
It was
been
in your head.
melted into my head. So I walked into your office and said, "Do you have a sledgehammer?" And you were like, "No, there's a mallet somewhere though." And all like you and Adam and all three of you came and helped me look for a hammer.
And
For like
then-
5 minutes, then you're like, "What do you need a hammer for?" It's like, "I'm going to smash the TV in your office because it keeps it won't
and then
shut
it ended
off."
up, the hammer ended up in your office
Yeah.
anyway.
Yep.
And then you beat my
I
desk
fixed,
with
your,
it.
I fixed your desk for you.
Thanks for that.
Carrie walked into our office when I was in a very embarrassing situation. I like to dance sometimes alone, and Nyan Cat was playing, and no one else was in our office, so I just stood up and started dancing to Nyan Cat, and he walked in and tweeted about it. So
Did you
No
know?
pictures?
I'm not embarrassed at all, but that happened.
My Jordan, Jay or Dan, started here this week, and my favorite thing is every day I walk up behind him and I scare him and I take a picture of it. So I have 2 so far. I've been tweeting them, so I'll
It's
tweet.
so easy to scare
the
people
picture.
who work in the
Yeah,
dungeon.
well, he's got like his headphones on. He's working on audio. And I just walk up behind and go, Jordan.
Yeah.
He like jumps and turns around.
There's people walking in and out all the time from the studio, so like they don't know if it's someone sneaking up on them or just like walking in and out. It's really funny.
It's weird to see people react to shock in slow motion. I had to film that once on some random job I was on where they would just get a crowd of people and then make a really loud noise with like I think it was like some sort of tiny explosion that was just echoed. And you would see everyone do the exact same thing in slow motion. Like the first thing that moved on everyone was the muscles in their neck would all like come out and everyone would do this. It's just, everyone does the exact same thing. And it's to do that. But I don't know, what are they doing?
like covering, crouching.
Why does the body
Well,
instinctively
because you
go...
probably like move your head out of the way. That's probably your first instinct.
I guess your instinct is to duck a bullet.
Did you ever see the series of photos? I think it was taking some like haunted house or something. A camera snaps a picture
Oh, I love those pictures.
just as like something pops out and scares all these people, and like a light flashes and takes a photo.
Yeah.
And they
Funniest thing
instantly
ever.
go up on Flickr. There's a Flickr stream of
Yeah.
like a photo stream of these things.
It's genius.
It's one
What's
of
it
the
called?
funniest things on the internet.
I don't know,
Oh.
but I'm
Just
sure
look
we'll
up
find
haunted
it.
house photo stream.
Yeah.
And it's this moment where there's something. All I can say is they're going this way, and there's something that way to the right that scares the shit out of them just as a flash goes off.
Yeah.
And so it's like every photo's like this of people looking to the right.
The
and
best ones
panicking.
is like groups of guys who are like huddling with each other, like
They're
grabbing onto each other.
Or my favorite is always the guy who will take the girl and put him in front of him.
Yeah.
Like using her as a shield. Yeah.
No,
It always makes me laugh.
Not it. I think the
That's
first
not
link
it.
you were looking at, Gavin, was it.
All right, while you guys are looking that up, I want to explain what I was doing on XCOM the other day.
Yeah,
So I was playing XCOM, and you were explaining to me, Gus, that you can name all the squad members after people you know. And so I did that. I
Yeah.
got to say, Gus and Barb, you guys died instantaneously.
That's realistic.
Gus, you lasted a little bit. You got to the point where you were assigned a sniper classification.
Oh, good.
And then you died.
Yeah.
And then Barbara replaced you. She was a sniper. She died immediately too.
Those
not
that's a
very
great game. My favorite part of that game is the memorial you can visit to all of your dead squad mates, and it like plays sad music and shows you like a memorial, like shows like what they did in their career.
Can I tell you something I'm a little bit disappointed by, which I don't know if this is an ongoing thing with Steam games, but XCOM apparently doesn't support cloud saves.
There we got some of the scary pictures.
Yeah, go through some of these. Go
She
through
went
some of
straight
these.
for his crotch.
And we'll link this in the link dump.
Oh, how do you fucking operate this?
Just click on anything.
Click on things.
I can't. Thank you.
God, I love these things. There's something funny to me.
He's doing it, that guy on the left, he's done it.
Yeah.
He's squelched up.
Squelched.
I just think it's something funny to me about people being scared. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Like there was also this video that came out from this series of pranks that they were doing in Brazil in an elevator.
Oh man,
Did you see
I
these?
love that video.
Is that with the girl ghost thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which apparently it's a room that they go in that looks a lot like an elevator,
Oh,
and it makes
God.
motions like makes people think they're in an elevator, and then the lights start flickering while they're in there, and
It
then
turns
they go
off
out
then.
completely, and while they're out completely, this little girl comes out in a nightgown and like ghost makeup, and she just stands there with
holding
her
a little teddy
doll,
bear, yeah.
with her hair in her face, and then the lights come back on, and people freak the fuck out.
And then she
would-
starts screaming, and then they start screaming, and the lights go back out, and she goes back in.
And everyone does the same thing. They just don't want to look at it. They just have to like, don't want to see it.
The
Yeah,
best
it's
is the
like-
guy holding his backpack. And
I mean, seriously, there's no like, when you're setting up that prank, you're putting a little girl in the elevator. The responses to panic are fight and flight, but apparently flight is the default for most
you
people.
Yeah, like I've seen picture or like videos of people getting scared, and like the first thing they do is turn around and punch the guy scaring them. It's
Yep.
Like, wow, I'm really shocked that
Well, no one like drop kick the girl in
yeah,
the head.
no one hit her.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah, I mean, I guess she's not an actual threat of any kind, you know. Someone would either be scared or not scared.
Well, they're
but-
still scared.
Yeah. I saw a great video of a guy who was for Halloween, and he dressed up like a scarecrow and sat in a chair and put a bowl of candy in his lap. And when people come to grab it, he would just like grab their hand.
I did that.
And did you really?
I dressed up as a scarecrow and lay down like in our grass in front of our house, not with a bowl of candy, but just as people were like going up my steps. And like kids would come up, teenagers would like kick me and be like, "Oh, this is so fake," like trying to act tough. And then I would either grab their foot or like jump up at them. Best reactions. I wish there was a camera filming.
There was one I saw where the guy was going to grab candy and the scarecrow goes, it scares him. It was a huge dude. and he just goes, like, but you can tell, like, as soon as he hit the guy square in the face, like, square solid shot right in the face, he immediately regretted it. He was like, boom, sorry.
Yeah, it's like it's
it was
instant
his
some people.
reaction.
There's also that one of that college, like a college TV program where the reporter's going around and he's interviewing people in front of a trash can and like someone jumps out of the trash can to scare them.
Right.
And he's like interviewing this one guy. His cohort jumps out of the trash can. The guy being interviewed just turns around, boom, like right in the
Oh,
face,
he
and the guy like
jumps down.
collapses right back into the trash
He
can.
does the same thing though. He punches him right away and then instantly regrets it. He's just like, fuck.
Did you ever do that thing on a beach where you would bury your legs up to the knee and then lie down flat?
Yeah.
But it made it so you could just use your stomach muscles to just go from lying down to just go like up, like. But it looks like your knees bend the wrong way. If you put shoes on the sand, it looks really convincing. It's pretty fun to do to people walking by. I used to do it all the time.
Is that
when I was
what
a
you would
kid.
just
Where do
do
you
at
go
the
for
beach?
beaches in the UK?
Wherever, like Bristol.
Tenerife.
Thanks, Gavin. Wherever, just walk until you see water. And then, there you go.
Then you're there. You're in
What
beach
do
town.
you always say? The name of a place? Newquay. There you go. And you'll be like, oh, where's that?
I will be.
Good-
Where
good
is
conversation.
where is that? Where is Newquay?
South?
Okay.
Yeah.
So you go to the southern coast of the UK.
Yeah.
Is
It just seems like it'd be cold
is
as
it-
shit
Is
all
it
the
like
time.
south of London?
No, like to the west.
To the west. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. It's a totally legitimate question. I mean,
Yeah,
people would ask,
absolutely.
where you go to the beach.
You're the asshole here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just not interesting, is it? Geography.
We wanted to know.
And now
Yeah,
I know
it's
where Newquay is.
interesting when we asked the question.
Sounds fucking made up if you ask
Google
me.
it.
Google it.
Do you know how to spell it?
Newquay.
New key.
So I got a kind of a lucky thing that happened to me on Twitter. I got the username Burnie. I truncated my username now. It's just at
So you're
Burnie.
at-
You
Burnie.
used to have that though.
Yeah. And
But
so I
you
was
used it as
then you
a-
can swap it out like for your primary
Yeah.
account.
Yeah.
And get everything like transferred over. So
Did
like
you do it really quickly? Like as soon as you gave up one, did you have to quickly like change your other one?
Yeah, I did on a plane too. So I was
Oh, yeah?
really playing.
Oh,
with,
yeah, you were.
'cause the Wi-Fi goes out on planes all the time
Playing
too.
with fire.
Yeah.
I did a prick thing to my friend Dan.
No.
Who's
A prick thing.
his gamer tag now is Danny No G.
Yeah.
Because for a bet, I said make your gamer tag like mine, and then we'll match. Because mine's Gavin No Free.
Yeah.
His old gamer tag was Badger on roids, for whatever reason, and he loved that. He cherished that
sense.
gamer tag. And so I was like, just change it to Danny No G for like a month. It'll be funny. So he did, and then I registered Badger on roids, so he couldn't have it back. And now he's stuck with Danny No G for
Well, that's
the
what
last 4 years.
Michael did to Jack's account.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
His monkey account.
Yeah, when Jack became Jack P, Michael went out and registered Monkey 5255, and then started harassing Jack from the account.
No, he sent friend requests to all of Jack's old friends.
You know what it was?
His account was hacked, and then he was trying to get all his friends back.
God,
Some bitch has my username.
what's she?
The username I used to use for everything, Blondie, with the 2 E's at the end,
Yeah.
not available on Xbox Live.
So who is it? I'm gonna look them up right now.
Some bitch.
No,
with
don't say that.
username.
Don't say that. 'Cause
Some
then people
very
will go
nice lady or man.
people will go harass that poor person.
What's wrong with that?
That's true.
What do you mean? What's wrong with that? It's a perfectly normal person who's out there living their life,
Yeah, you don't
and
need-
suddenly they start getting pounded with Xbox Live messages. Who needs that? But there is a Burnie on Xbox Live. No. I actually communicated with the person who owns Burnie on Xbox Live, and I said, I will buy this gamer tag from you. I will buy it from you. And I probably sent that message to them like probably 10 times over the course of a year. Maybe not that much, like 4 or 5 times. And finally came back to me and said that he was a member of the Xbox Live launch team. And so he would never give it up just for nostalgic purposes. But he understood, but no, he wasn't going to give it up anytime soon.
Well, I mean, you still have a fine Xbox username.
Yeah, no. In fact, the Xbox Live username is Bernie Burns, and that's why for Twitter I was originally Bernie Burns. I wanted to have them all be the same
Yeah.
wherever I was, but then I was just like, Twitter, it's just like it's 5 more characters that, when people do retweets or stuff like that, we're just like, just get rid of it.
Yeah.
Jumped on that one.
That's a good point.
But I still have the old one, and I just put it to a private account that's locked now.
Fancy.
So you were complaining that XCOM does not have cloud saving in Steam?
Yeah, so I went to go play on one computer, and then I moved over to another one. It was like no save games at all. Apparently, it's kind of optional.
Yeah.
Which I don't think it should be. If you're going
No.
to put your game up on Steam,
What optional for the developer to include that?
Right.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
that's
totally
nice.
agree.
That's why I don't like cloud.
because people don't use it, I mean, that's the stupidest reason ever.
It's never perfect. There's never a perfect cloud situation.
I disagree. I think Xbox
There's
Live.
never a perfect storm when
There
it
you
comes to
go.
clouds.
Oh, there you go, guys.
No, stop that. So no, on Xbox Live,
See?
it actually does work very well.
Gus is
It
the
could
best.
work a little bit better in that when you save, it should then upload right then. Like you have to leave the game in order for it to upload, which
Yeah.
kind of sucks.
Yeah, and
So
even
you're
if you
admitting
like
that now?
power off your console, it should enter that low power state where it continues to upload
Right.
until it's done.
No, I just go to the dashboard all the time and just do it.
But
It's still just going to dashboard and letting the system upload my save games is still way more convenient than putting them on a memory
is there
stick.
a progress indicator showing you?
You can go to active downloads and it shows you.
Oh, but it also shows, okay.
Yeah, it shows you're uploading your saves.
I don't
When we
use
were-
the cloud really.
And I think the Xbox Live saves probably in the next iteration. I think they'll probably put a cap on how big a save game can be. Like all the
yeah.
Skyrim and Fallout games, all of those are about 5 megs each, which kind of sucks.
Well, then as you play, they get larger too.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Yeah, because all the autosaves, there's 3 autosaves in Skyrim, and those constantly just rotate. So every time you finish, you have a 15 meg upload, which, depending on the day, can be kind of serious. You know, it can be a minute to do that. But, you know, you just have to kind of sit there and do it at the end.
Yeah.
But I love it.
I always forget to do that. I wish the cloud could be used as a backup. It would just mimic one of your memory cards or something.
Yeah.
Well, you can you save locally, and then it uploads your local save to the cloud. That's what it is.
Right. Okay. So there's a local copy of everything in the cloud somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what
Okay.
the cloud storage is. It's actually local storage.
In
that then
fact,
gets synced going
you
out.
could probably set up your local storage as being on your memory stick.
For cloud storage, I don't think so.
No?
I don't
So
believe
there's like a
that's the
designated
case.
piece of hard drive for cloud, is there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because then how would it sync it?
Yeah.
When you go to a different console and plug in your USB stick, you have all this supposedly synced stuff.
I want to know something.
Go ahead.
Why did you go quiet when I was talking about wet dreams?
Because I told you a story one time where we went to Scotland. You weren't with me. We went to Scotland. I actually had a wet dream on a plane.
What?
Yeah.
Did you know this? Is that
Yeah,
why you
he
asked
knew it.
him?
He brought it up. But I'll own it. I don't give a shit. So
There's no worse place you could have
yeah,
a wet dream than a
Barbara, and
plane.
I was like,
On a
in
plane!
my 30s. I was in my 30s. I didn't realize I had been on a trip. I'd been, away from home for like 2 weeks, and I just hadn't thought about it. And I was just, oops.
Apparently you were thinking about
Yeah,
something.
I got upgraded to business class, which was really nice and exciting. So
You had a wet dream in business class.
yeah,
Well, at least they
Plane.
help you clean up in business class.
business.
You had a wet
Hot towel.
dream,
Hot towel.
Yeah.
sat next to a bunch of people.
Jeff,
Sat next to Jeff.
he's dreamy. I mean, anybody be in my shoes, he'd do the same
He
thing.
has very blue eyes.
So did you get what I get? Did you get the slow sleep, or was it immediate disruption? In
No, I
your
was like,
pants?
I have a problem.
Did you call the flight attendant?
Yeah, and it's like for whatever reason, I was lucky. I had a change of garments available in my
No, but
carry-on.
what did you do? Did you just go into the bathroom and change?
What did I do? You want me to draw a picture
No,
of what I Barbara, I have a book I'd like to read with you. No, yeah, I just went to the restroom and fixed everything.
Was there any obvious?
What's that?
Was there any obvious evidence?
I'm sure there was.
Yeah,
he said
Barbara,
he had a change of clothes.
The plane is pregnant
Well, okay,
now.
no. I mean,
He's got a baby Cessna at home.
You could be uncomfortable in your own clothes, but it doesn't show.
I'm very proud. It's a single prop, but
He'll be moving up to twins soon.
God damn it.
So-
when I flew to Paris for Minecon, I got lucky and I got upgraded to business class as well. Except I got put in the last row, so I was like facing backwards in the plane and had an aisle seat. So like economy was right in front of me, so I was staring at everyone in economy who was staring right at me the whole time I was
It's
flying.
been really
It
uncomfortable.
was really bizarre.
should have been like this. Like I should go to sleep.
So I was reclining all the way down, like fuck you, go to sleep.
It's like Homer Simpson in the Simpsons movie. Just like
Yeah.
I can't imagine the realization
Yeah.
of spunking yourself on a plane.
How many years
I
had
don't
it
even know
been?
where to start. Like, what if the bathroom wasn't free? You just have to sit in it for a while and then.
I just got a text from Matt, who's like, "Oh, she's gonna be pissed that I told that story." He says, "Hey, I need to tell you something." I said, "I just waited," and he wrote, "The season 10 soundtrack is now on iTunes. Be sure to plug that." So Matt's apparently all business.
Season 10.
Oh, he just texted me also. Season 10 soundtrack now on iTunes. Plug if you can.
All right.
There you go, Matt. Season 10 soundtrack.
This is
now on
great
iTunes.
context for that
Listen
conversation.
to it on a plane while you're asleep.
You may get some unintended
The
consequences.
sexy
So my
sounds of
concern
Jeff
wasn't
Williams.
so much the actual incident itself, but I always have this weird paranoia that I don't know what I'm doing in my sleep, and it's like I have a weird paranoia that I was doing stuff in my sleep.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and I
Like
wake
grabbing
up.
at yourself or something. Pawing your
Yeah,
trunk.
I mean, I was worried. I
It
was
would have
worried
been really
about that.
bad if you'd mimicked, like, if you were just asleep and you just went.
Listen, it was one of those stories where it's just one of those things that happens. You just completely have to own it.
I can't believe you've never told me this. I've never heard this before.
It's an amazing story.
yeah,
I
and
love that you just don't care. It's awesome. I mean, why hide that story?
It's funny.
It's a great story.
It is funny.
Yeah, well, it's like I don't think I told. I think like in the moment I was gonna go to like Jeff and go, hey, guess what? You know, or
Check it out.
or
It's
Joel.
not piss.
Or Joel. So I didn't do that, but I did tell Gavin later. I
You
think
told me in Australia.
Oh, it's Australia.
I almost fell on the ground. You told me at dinner.
How long had it been since your last wet dream? Between that.
What?
Years?
Since my teenage years, probably. Yeah, I guess so.
Fuck.
I've always masturbated furiously, so had
And
no
you've
problem
never
with that.
had a spontaneous emission.
No,
Never ever, really?
I don't think so. Not that
Yeah.
All right, well, let's do a test. Just hold it. See how long you go before going in the night.
See if we can make it
See,
happen.
guys always say they're happy they're not chicks because they don't get periods.
Right.
Things like this make me so happy about a
Barbara,
dude.
That's
It
nothing.
never
that was
happened.
twice. in his
Getting
life.
boners in high school when you're wearing sweatpants. Who wants to deal with that?
Teenage boners are the worst.
All right, you want to think some of the full embarrassment things too? You know when you're sleeping on a plane, right? And you wake.
I can't wait to hear this.
You do this. You do this all the time. Where you wake up. You start
You start snoring so loud that you wake yourself up.
right.
I do that all the time.
I'm worried that I made a noise and woke myself up. That's what I'm worried about. I'm worried I made some kind of.
You wake up thinking, I've spoke myself awake. What noise was I making? As that was
Right?
happening?
Did I? Was it the act that woke me up, or did I make a noise that woke
Like, you think you
myself
got,
up? What was the noise? So
like
I
shouting
get it
some
right.
guy's name.
that's what I was
that right?
shouting a
Does that sound
guy's name.
Oh, Gary. What?
But that was part of the reason, I guess, why I didn't inform any of my friends that were on the plane with me, because I figured they would ask me, "Hey, why did you scream suddenly in the middle of the flight?"
Do you find that when you're snoring so loud that you wake yourself up, you're always having a dream at that point?
No.
You don't?
No, I think what it is, you wake up. When you wake up in a certain stage of your REM cycle, you're always having a dream. You should remember it because you wake up during the dream.
Sometimes I'm next to people and they'll nudge me because I'm snoring too loud. But I will always be aware, without being able to hear it, I'll be aware that I'm snoring. Because I'm feeling good about like just drifting off to sleep and I'm starting to dream and I'm aware that I'm probably making noise. And that's the moment when people always punch me awake.
All right. Well, now I got to delete my Twitter account
Did
after
you
that
know-
story. God damn it.
You know that me
Just
and Gary
delete.
actually saw you wake yourself up from snoring
Yes.
on the way to PAX East.
Yeah.
It was the funniest thing because your cheeks were going. That's all we saw because we were like
They were
diagonal
like
from you.
vibrating.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys know this, but Gus has like the most, like, I don't know how to describe it. Like pinchable cheeks.
I got a lot of meat in my.
You got a
Can
lot
you
of
do a
cheek.
good sound? Like a,
When you go like this.
I don't think so. Not like that. No, that's
No?
crazy.
I'm really happy the camera wasn't on you when you made that sound.
sounds good, right?
Yeah, I think
like a
almost
flight
every
to
time I
Scotland.
get on a plane now, at this point, if I fall asleep, I wake myself up snoring.
Yeah.
Every flight at this point.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never heard you snore on a plane ever.
Oh, okay.
And I've been on a lot of flights with you.
I just don't
It's
like.
pretty bad now.
Obviously, everyone, when they're sat upright, they sleep with their mouth wide open.
Yeah.
Because of the gravity of the jaw.
I posted
hate-
that photo of you and Jeff and Matt all sleeping on a plane. It looks like an exhibit at the Museum of Natural Science. Like
They
Because
got this
everyone
going
looks-
on, right?
Everyone's
Yeah.
dead and
They're
like
like all
fossilized.
waxy.
I've gotten to the point where, you can't use electronics at takeoff and landing.
I can.
Where
You can't because you listen to the fucking rules. I don't give a
You're an
fuck.
asshole that you don't even turn your phone
You're
off.
I don't.
fucking
I've
cunt.
seen him
What's
just
funny
like,
is I saw your 4G Wi-Fi hotspot on the plane when we came back from LA as I was powering down. I was like, motherfucker.
yeah.
Yeah.
He will literally be tweeting, the plane's taking off, he'll be tweeting, and then all the bars will suddenly go, and also you'll say no service. You don't give a. Why is that law there?
I don't know. It's so people pay fucking attention in case the plane crashes.
You do realize, though,
If the fucking plane crashes, I'm gonna notice and I'll put my phone away.
you do realize that they can track your phone
LOL going
as
down.
being on. So
If
if,
there no one's monitoring it, they're not in the tower like, there's a phone on.
well,
And
why is it a law
C24.
then if they're not enforcing that law?
They will. If they see you, they'll tell you to turn it off.
Yeah.
They just want to express their authority in the plane. That's what they want to do. Listen, they don't want you
Rules
to
should be followed.
I
you
just
guys
assumed
babies.
it had something to do with the signal.
I mean,
and, like,
but look at him.
horseshit.
This is the same guy who doesn't put his seatbelt on. Like, he'd rather find a way to silence the seatbelt alarm.
Would
so,
you-
so you're an asshole when it comes to any rule.
Would you want to
though.
be hit by his dead weight body as it comes slamming into you in a car
Absolutely.
accident?
But he's in the front seat, so.
You'd be lucky to be hit by my dead body.
Why?
It'd be a privilege. You act like it's a bad thing.
Have you guys
Fuck
seen
you.
Flight yet? It's been
No.
weeks.
No, I really want to see that.
You have to see that.
Really want
Did
to
you
see
go
it.
see Silver Linings Playbook yet?
No.
That's good.
Oh,
This is the part of the podcast where we talk about the movies that we haven't
There
seen.
was someone, I think it was Dom or Account 3D or someone tweeted at me today the trailer for Shane Carruth's new film.
Oh, I'm not going to watch it.
Is he the guy that did Primer?
He did
Yes.
Primer, yeah. Here's my thing. I'm no longer going to watch trailers for movies that I know I'm going to see.
Okay.
What's the point?
Okay.
It gives away too much.
I will tell you, I believe the trailer was for it's showing at Sundance.
Okay.
I don't think it has distribution yet. I don't think it has a release date other than it's going to Sundance. And I'm sure someone's going to buy it and release it.
I'm such a fan of that guy, I have thought about going to Sundance to watch that movie.
Yeah,
Seriously.
I'm so fucking excited.
Wasn't it called The Topiary?
No, that's another movie he's working on.
Oh, really? Okay.
A Topiary's still in pre-production, apparently. I looked it up today.
Yeah.
And
I'm
this
always-
one is done.
I'm always so impressed when at the end of the credits you just see like written by this guy, directed by he has every credit.
Yeah, it was like that guy. It was like you've seen Primer?
Yeah.
It's like that guy. Like you watch the credits in Primer, it's all him.
I've watched that movie 3 times. It's really still hard to follow for me.
Yeah, it's
Because you
crazy.
sent me a pic, like I thought, well, I figured it out. That's, there's certain loops of time that you can kind of figure out. But then you sent me like an image, like a mapping of all the different times. There's over 10 different like loops of time, I think, or something. It's crazy.
Have you seen it? You really should watch it.
When are you guys doing the podcast awards?
Somebody on Twitter
Oh,
just
we
said
need to do that. Let's
Yeah.
do that next week.
I was actually reviewing that. I was looking at some of our previous selections, and I was looking at the hardest thing in the podcast awards, which are coming up. The hardest part is getting you to send out the fucking trophies. The second hardest part is picking video of the year, online video of the year, because
Yeah.
it's just like remembering all the videos of the year.
I
Although,
think this one's pretty
Yeah.
done.
yeah.
I think this one's no question.
Is
You
it
think
the
it'll be
video
Gangnam
that we
Style?
I'm
watch
pretty
before
sure.
every single podcast?
Well, it's also, we're going to have to be careful, too, because we clearly love Gangnam Style so much. But also, it's like Game of the Year. We all love Halo so much. Maybe we should just, have, a secondary category for that, because we know those are, shoe-in choices, both
Yeah.
those.
Well, then
would
why
think.
shouldn't they
Well,
win?
why doesn't every award?
What?
Why isn't there that for every single award guy thing?
I guess so. What would you pick as Game of the Year?
I don't know. I need to look at the choices. I need to look at it again.
Okay.
I really need to think about it. What's crazy to me to think about is that Saints Row the Third came out last year. Like I saw that they released a Humble Bundle with
Yeah.
it the other day. And
That was last year.
yeah, it was November of last year.
Well, I think you guys were making videos for it when I came to Rooster Teeth, which was a year ago.
Yeah, that game is a fucking blast.
Yeah, that was some of the first time that Achievement Hunter was doing a series of Let's Plays. Michael and Jeff did a bunch of Let's Plays.
They did 12.
Yeah.
12 Let's Plays in Saints Row,
Saints Row.
yeah.
Yeah.
They would toss people off buildings and stuff like that. And
They did a Things to Do, and I think as well for
Yeah.
Saints Row 3.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they did a
fun.
bunch. They were funny.
Yeah.
yeah, and
Saints Row the Third.
Saints Row the Third. My apologies, gamers. Teehee, I'm just a girl.
did I pronounce Gangnam Style wrong? Everyone is correcting me on
Gangnam.
Yeah,
Twitter.
Gangnam.
Have you
Gangnam.
ever heard?
Gangnam?
You obviously
It's
have
like
heard this.
Gangnam.
Gangnam.
Have you
Gangnam.
ever listened to when Brandon tries to say the word gauntlet
Yeah, we talked about that last week.
or the name Jeremy?
I've never heard him say
Well,
Jeremy.
let's
Today-
Hey, Brandon, say Jeremy.
Brandon, come out to the.
Have him flick
No,
it
he
to the wide.
can't come out because then he can't. He's the one doing the video switching.
Just make him put on the wide and come out here.
We switch to him in the control room view. Brandon, you want to show yourself off in control room view?
Brandon
There-
says
Hey!
Brandon, we can't hear you.
Look at there's everybody behind the scenes. So
There's
that's
everyone who works to bring you the video podcast, by the way. They're all hard at work.
all the way in the back.
We-
That's
we-
Jordan, all the way in the back.
Hey, there's Dave.
And then there's the other Jordan. There's two Jordans. Jordan in the green shirt, and then Jordan who makes the Rooster Teeth Animated
Jordans.
Adventures on the left. Then there's Kara, Lindsay, who's got her back turned to us and will talk to us. There's Allie Bakes, and Mr.
They
Brandon.
can hear us now.
I hear you in my earpiece. Okay, they can hear you. So I want to hear you say Jeremy.
no, they can't hear it.
I can hear you.
Shut up!
I
Shut
can-
up! Sorry, what'd you say, Gus? I have to turn your speaker down.
We can't hear you, dipshit.
Yeah, okay. we can't hear the audio feed from the
Brandon
podcast.
says
All right, I can
Jeremy.
hear you.
Brandon, somebody's posted a photo of this. We'll put in the link down, but Brandon's got this enormous switcher now.
Oh yeah.
Before it was all software, now he's got this huge deck that he's using.
We rented that. He has a huge deck, D-E-C-K, for the record.
Yeah, Brandon said something else weird the other day that I couldn't understand what the fuck he was talking about.
Right.
Hey, Brandon,
he
what's
was
your
pronouncing
favorite
something in a
Joss
weird
movie?
way.
I'm really into now when I don't, because when someone was talking to me and I didn't quite see the point of what they were saying, I would just kind of try and get out of it as soon as possible by nodding and be like, yeah, yeah, me too, whatever. Now I'd like just saying to people, I have no idea what you're talking about.
What?
It's satisfying.
You just keep it going?
Yeah, just what are you on about?
What are you on about?
Make them
Be
explain
clear
themselves.
about what you're saying.
You know, if people started saying that to you, it'd be never ending. Because I never know what you're on about.
Do you really not?
Never.
Oh. Well, it's all right.
I learned about
your
Barbara
thought
today.
process is like, sometimes your thoughts are just so out there, I can't grasp them. Even if it's a basic idea. Like the other week when you were asking if there was anyone in the world that I ever wish I was, like the way you worded it, the way you said it, I was like, what are you saying? And you were like, you were flabbergasted. You're like, what do you mean you don't know what I'm saying? Like, what? Like, how do you phrase your thoughts in such a way that make them so difficult to understand?
I'm known for it. It's bad.
Yeah. So when I was out at Minecon, they had an area of the event called the Mob Trap,
Yeah.
which was basically like a Minecraft-themed haunted house.
The
So you would
Mob
go
Trap.
through it, and it was like dark and spooky, and there were like all the creeper noises and zombies and stuff, and like lights would flash, and you'd see them like little statues of them in the corner. It was really cool. I went through it like 10 times.
Did you do any video on that?
Did you really?
Yeah, it was too dark to get video.
What are you, 12?
It was so much fun.
So Minecon was a good time.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
You enjoyed it? Mm-hmm. How did Esther? Did Esther enjoy it?
Yeah, she loves Minecraft. Well, I thought an interesting thing that they did was, everyone gets a bag. Like you go to an event and you get like a little bag with,
Your
some
goodies.
ads and some goodies in it. They gave everyone who attended a free copy of Minecraft for the PC. I thought, these people, I'm guarantee you everyone here already has Minecraft. But then I
Yeah.
thought they probably do that so that they can then give it to a friend of theirs. Be like, this is the game I was always telling you about.
Yeah.
Let's play together now.
I think that's smart.
Yeah, I was
think
like,
it's awesome.
that's like, you get like all of your known evangelists, people you know love your product, and have them go out and continue to evangelize it.
I
the
wish that Xbox Live would introduce gifting. I know that Xbox Live obviously does a very good job of combating fraud. They don't have nearly the problems that the PlayStation Network has when it comes to like getting hacked and all that stuff. But I wish that Xbox Live had gifting where you could just send someone a game.
That'd be cool.
That
Yeah.
would be cool. I'm surprised they don't have that after so many
Steam's
years.
really good about it. Like Steam, when you buy Torchlight or some game like that, there's even an option. I want to buy 4 copies of the game at a discounted price so I can send it to my friends and they can play with me.
Yeah.
Someone sent me a Steam gift for some reason. They sent me a universe simulator where
Universe Simulator.
yeah, you like simulate planets.
Is it
Oh.
endless space?
I
No,
would
I
love
think
that.
it's called Universe Simulator.
I want to play that.
Yeah, and it's got, you can place like stars and you put things in gravity
Hey,
around
Gavin,
it.
if
Then
you
like,
played that, would you tether
you-
the moon?
I would tether the moon.
yeah, you like detonate items and then like you see the shrapnel and how it affects everything else's gravity. It's really
I
crazy.
used to do that as like a basic Flash one where you could just like kind of fling a planet near a sun and see how it would end up
Yeah.
orbiting us. I love stuff like
Yeah,
that.
you can watch like
collide
you can
stuff.
simulate galaxies colliding.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I did a thing where I had like 2 stars like orbiting each other and then like eventually decay and like collapse or
I once read that.
Is this game called Universe Sandbox?
that's it.
Okay.
I once read that if 2 galaxies collided, nothing would hit.
That's what it looked like in the simulation I ran in there. Like everything just gets flung off like crazy.
Well, the
in different
gravitational
directions.
forces, though, there's nothing you can do to escape those.
But like everything's just so far apart. Like a galaxy can go through another galaxy without anything hitting.
Yeah, but the gravitational forces would pull things apart.
Yeah, like they don't hit, but they get flung off.
Right.
Like in crazy
Yeah,
directions.
it's almost kind of like saying, like, if you took 2 similarly poled magnets, a north end and a north end, or a positive end and positive end, and you tried to push them together, they wouldn't touch, but they'd still be forces on each other. Does that make sense? You ever tried to do that before?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
They push each other away.
Yeah, kind of that same thing. So there'd be gravitational effects on one another. In fact, it's pretty relevant to right now because they said that December 21st, 2012 was when the world was going to end. And we're pretty close right now. It doesn't seem like the world's going to end.
17 days.
I thought there'd be a bit more hype for that leading up to
There
it.
was a lot more hype like 4 or 5 years ago. It
I
seems
know
like
a guy.
it
I know a
died
guy that
down.
quit his job.
Yeah.
Over it.
What?
Yeah, I know a guy that was going to. He quit his job, and he was going to spend his savings because he was convinced it was true.
So this is like the dumbest guy you know.
So here's his thing. He was
Is
absolutely.
it Joel? You can tell me.
No, it's a guy. It's a guy we know.
Joel thinks the world's
He's
gonna
the guy
end
who
every
told
day.
us about. Remember the coffins? We told us during
right,
the
the
podcast.
FEMA coffins.
All the FEMA coffins. That was
Yeah.
one of the creepiest stories ever, and it turned out to be. It looked true. Like
Yeah, I heard it was true. Yeah.
Yeah, there was apparently these fields where FEMA, the disaster response agency for the United States government, they just had stacks of coffins prepared to like go and like take people and put them in the ground.
Holy
anyway,
shit.
his thing was there's 9 planets in the solar system, 8 if you don't believe in Pluto, but there's the established planets in the solar system. But what he was saying is that there's another planet that has a much bigger orbit than everything else, and it also has an orbit that then takes it through the orbits of the other planets. So you have all the rings of all the planets, and then there's one that does a big, long,
Like
huge
an
orbit.
oblong oval or something.
And it takes thousands of years
So
to do it.
only sometimes is it in the solar system? Is that
Only
what you're saying?
sometimes it comes back through the solar system and orbits back out. And that this 10th planet, I think he called it Nibiru or something like that. It had like
That
some
doesn't sound
name.
real.
Seems legit.
Yeah, I guess like Jupiter's the name of a planet. But anyway, that it comes through, and it was like this time it was going to connect with Earth, or it was going to come through, and it's such a big planet that it monkeys with all the other orbits.
But
And
you think you would see something that big coming?
No, why would you see it coming?
Yeah, if it's that big, it would be sensed.
It would
just
create
its
a
gravitational
shadow.
effects, you would
Right.
sense it. Yeah.
Like
I mean,
you-
we're
people would
detecting
notice-
planets that are now in other solar systems that are Earth-like.
Yeah.
We would be able to detect something between our solar system and another solar system.
If it was large enough to affect planet orbits and be like life-ending like that, you'd see it coming for a little while.
I think you can look it up. I believe it's also called Planet X because it's the 10th planet.
Oh, I've heard of Planet X, yeah.
Yeah, and it's the 10th
I've never heard
planet
of
solar system.
Nagubu or whatever you call it.
Narubu.
Nagubu.
Nibiru.
Nailed it.
Nibiru. Nibiru.
Nibiru.
Nibiru.
Pretty close. Your memory's pretty good there.
Did you hear that?
Well, when my
someone-
friend is like spouting that he's crazy, you tend to remember that conversation. It's like, hey, sit down. I want to tell you that I'm insane. And here's all the ways I'm insane. You're like, I'm listening. You have my full attention. I'm going to remember what you say.
Nibiru, got it.
Yeah, and he quit his job and he was going to spend all of his money.
Someone tweeted, 10th planet Naruto. Sounds legit.
Naruto.
Did you hear that someone named their baby hashtag recently?
That baby should be taken away from them.
Yeah.
No, names are funny.
Is the baby trending?
Oh.
The Nibiru cataclysm is a supposed disastrous encounter between the Earth and a large planetary object, which certain groups believe will take place early 21st century. Believers in this doomsday event usually refer to this planet as Planet X or Nibiru. The idea that a planet-sized object could collide with or pass by Earth in the near future is not supported by any scientific evidence and has been rejected as pseudoscience by astronomers and planetary scientists. Idea was first put forward in 1995. Founder of the website Zeta Talk. That sounds like a
Okay.
good reference. Leader describes herself as a contactee with the ability to receive messages from extraterrestrials from the Zeta Reticuli. Okay, my friend quit his job over this. Jesus, come on.
Someone tweeted this. It made me think about it. Have you seen that streaming movie with Kirsten Dunst called Melancholia?
I almost saw that in the theaters. I remember
It's
it looked
like-
interesting.
It's such a weird, terrible movie about this planet that comes into the solar system, kind of like that, called like Melancholia, and like it's coming and it's going to hit Earth and destroy all life. And it's like the last days on Earth, and Kirsten Dunst gets naked in the moonlight, and that's
Nice.
about the highlight of the movie.
Oh. Is that on Netflix?
Yeah. No porn on
Kirsten
Netflix.
Kirsten Dunst, hot or not? Go.
Super hot.
Oh, she's
I
hot.
think
right?
she's really plain looking, to be honest.
I think
Get
she's good
outta
looking.
here.
You know what?
She's got that little snaggletooth thing going on, but
Can I tell you
it's all
something?
right.
That is a description that women use about other women. Have you ever called a girl plain looking? But women call other women they don't find attractive plain, and I don't know what that means.
No, it's not that she's not attractive. It's just she's
Generic.
kind of she's not unattractive, but I
Right.
don't find her like the most beautiful girl ever.
Yeah, but that's
What does plain mean, though?
just there's no quality that makes her really hot.
Right.
Just she's a pretty girl.
That's enough for guys. That's
Yeah,
why guys don't say
that's
plain.
fine.
Yeah, just say that. She's a pretty girl. There you go. That's what we said. You agree with
I
us.
asked.
I don't think she's hot though at all.
I asked a girl I knew once to go explain that to me. What does plain mean? And the way she described it was, she goes, "Well, you could just walk into any mall in America and find a girl just as hot as her." And it's like, yeah, I want to bang that one too. You know what I mean? It's like, slow me down. I don't
I
understand
think that's
that.
like the difference between the man and the female mentality.
Yeah.
It's like, I'll fuck any hot girl. I don't care.
It's like, well, she would just be like the hottest girl at the mall. It's like, I would go out with the hottest
You're
girl
saying
at the
there's
mall.
100 hot girls in the mall right now? Let's go to Hot Topic. I mean, come on.
I think
Let's go get a pretzel.
it's more like you wouldn't look twice at them.
You wouldn't look twice at them.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
would not look twice at the hottest girl in the mall.
No, but there's someone who's plain. I mean,
Let me tell you something
Oh,
too.
I would look
Classified
at
as
once
plain.
and just never look away.
Guys don't look
Dreamy.
twice at girls typically. Guys do, like if Gav's a hot girl, I'm talking to Gus and I can see everything about Gav that I need to see.
Yeah.
That's how guys do it.
Peripheral.
Girls don't do that. Girls do this. Like you talk to Barbara, and here's exactly what a girl does when she's checking out another girl. She goes like this.
The scanning and analyzing.
It's
no,
unfucking
you don't move your head.
you don't
just,
move the
You
head.
just go
that
like
was a little
this.
much.
Oh my
like
God.
You just do like it's
Yes.
like a Cylon kind of thing, like a
Well, no,
data
girl-
absorb.
You moved your head.
Girls do that to each other, though.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what he's
Yeah,
saying.
is that what you're saying? I'm talking about girls.
That girls check out other girls
Yeah.
so aggressively, so much more so than guys, which guys have a reputation for doing. We don't do it. Girls do that. It's unbelievable. Like they will turn around and walk backwards to check out a girl. It's unbelievable.
It's for a few different reasons, though. For me, it's I want to see what she's wearing. I want to see what fashion she's got going on.
Mostly
Yeah.
lesbian reasons, though, right?
No. But it's like, I don't know, as a woman,
Spank
it's
bang.
sometimes nice to appreciate another woman's beauty. And it's
in
not.
a, like a scissors kind of way.
No, and just I appreciate you.
That can't
you're
be
good
fun,
looking.
right? Scissoring.
I don't know.
Would you,
I'll give it a shot.
Why are you
Let's do
looking
it.
at me?
I mean,
Gus
like,
and I did go in the bathroom the other day to check out each other's junk, so I don't think we're the best barometers
like-
for what's fun and not.
for example, as a guy, it feels good. The tip of your penis
Go
feels
ahead.
good. But I
Okay.
can't imagine like jabbing another dude's tip with mine and having that feel good.
Well, that's not the same
You don't understand-
sensitiveness of a body.
Yeah.
His ability to like refocus a conversation to his genitals is amazing. It
It's how
is
he
like
gets
a
the- it's how he gets
superpower.
the ladies.
It is a superpower that you have. I mean, it's like literally, we can have a conversation about anything, and you'll find a way.
Did I tell you
direct it.
guys about the message I received on our website after our discussion about whether a celebrity is hot or not?
Oh, what'd you say? Who's the celebrity?
I said Brad Pitt.
Yeah,
I said I don't see the appeal. I understand he's an attractive guy, but I just don't.
he's plain looking.
I just don't. I'm not like attracted to him. Remember that conversation?
I do
Yeah,
absolutely
yeah.
sure.
So I received a message on the Rooster Teeth site from a gentleman that said, I just wanted to let you know the way you feel about Brad Pitt is the way I feel about you. Everyone thinks you're beautiful. I just don't see it.
Wow.
I just wanted to
What
let
a
you know.
charmer. Good job, buddy.
Why? What? What is the
Because
point? I don't
he's-
care what you
He's
think.
got the
He's-
reaction
he's-
he
he's
exactly
negging
wants.
you.
Oh, is that what it is? He's
That's
negging her.
absolutely what it is.
But
You're
he
being
didn't-
negged.
He didn't say it in like a mean way.
I know. That's what
That's what
negging is.
Yeah.
Oh.
You can't say, you can't walk up to a girl and go, well, you're an ugly bitch, and recover from that. You have to do it subtly, right?
Yeah. That's exactly what it
I
is.
just like
He was
this-
hoping for the reply.
I've
And it's
never
worked because
understood the
now you're
concept.
talking about him, and now I bet you remember his name.
Yeah, of course I do.
What was his name? Say it.
I'm not gonna call him out on the podcast.
Yeah, don't
I
call him out.
on something else.
So, well, how did he contact you? Via direct messaging?
Direct message.
Oh, really? So you guys were friends?
No, I have my messages open to everyone because I'm not a cold-hearted.
Or are you talking about on the
cunt.
Rooster Teeth site?
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Not a cold-hearted cunt.
Nope.
You just played one on.
So I learned something about Barbara today that I should bring up on the podcast.
What's that?
So Barbara today was revealing that Barbara has a very small belly button.
You have a small belly
I'm
button?
not gonna show this on the pod. I have a very small. I have,
Oh, come on. I'll show my belly button if you show yours.
I have a freakishly small belly button.
Can
She
I
was
see
showing
it?
everybody earlier.
Could you
She
show
was
me
just
right now?
like, just a belly button. Show her.
It is pretty small. It's not freakishly
I don't
small,
want to
though.
like zoom in on my belly button on the podcast.
Brandon, I
freakishly
cannot tell
small.
you how much people are going to hate you for having me on the shot while Barbara was showing your belly button. People are going to fucking
You can-
find you
You can
and
make it
kill
up
you.
to them by showing my belly button.
All right, let's see yours.
You're on camera now.
Wow, Gus.
It's below the shot. You gotta-
There you go.
That's what everybody was hoping for.
It's like
Hopefully someone will
Barbara
make a
should get
gif where
mine.
Barbara goes to lift her shirt and they cut to that.
No, but you know what happened? You know how I know it's a small belly button?
How?
I wanted to get a belly button piercing when I was younger. And I was told by the piercing person that my belly button was too small to get a piercing.
Oh, come
that
on.
I would have to pierce like the bottom part. Like, you know how people pierce like the top?
Yeah.
yeah.
I would have to get the bottom pierced because it was too small.
That sounds like bullshit. That sounds
Yeah,
like
I
a
mean,
total
like,
bullshit
it's just the
excuse.
skin above it. They don't
Yeah.
actually like jab it into the middle
Yeah,
of your
but there'd
belly
be
button,
like
do
no room for the piercing actually to like fit.
I don't buy it.
itself.
I think it's
they?
bullshit.
No, we'll do it now. Get a pin. Get a spike.
Hey,
We'll
did
do
you want
it.
to talk about this? You gave me this thing earlier.
Yeah.
Hey, you want to cut to me, Brandon? Apparently, we got this thing back. This is a
Back in
T-shirt replica of the Christmas sweaters from the series short. Is this in the store?
It's in the store right now.
So it's a video game / Rooster Teeth themed
Yeah, you can
holiday
see
shirt,
the
looking like a
roosters
crappy
here,
sweater,
and
holiday
the
sweater
teeth,
that you would
and then
buy.
the
Controllers and
controllers
stuff.
up there.
I wish I had a teacher that pointed to the board with a beer
The
bottle
beer bottle.
back in the day.
So check it out. Go roosterteeth.com/store. I forgot about this. I just looked down and saw it.
So I once saw a guy on some random holiday I was on when I was a kid without a belly button.
No.
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 I did.
Yeah,
it
that's-
wasn't there. Like, but where was it? Like, he had to have been attached somewhere. Is it sometimes on their back or something? Or
Well,
like
they
on-
might have cut it really weirdly, and you know how people have like outies? It might have just like healed flat.
But it was like completely smooth.
Or maybe it was like super fucked up and he had some kind of corrective surgery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there was just no scar there. It was just
Yeah.
oddly smooth.
But they could
It was-
also done something. Maybe he had surgery and they like pulled it down, and now
Yeah.
his belly button
Maybe
below his
he's a
waistline.
Ken doll.
maybe. It was weird. It was really odd to look at. It's something like it's weird to notice. But
Yeah.
yeah.
It's like it got photoshopped out, but it's like you're looking
Yeah,
at
it's like a live,
it's like a bad
moving
Photoshop.
Yeah.
You're like, man, I think I'm fucked up there.
Oh, hey, I want to mention something. So we had a really cool thing happen. Last week, as you may remember, we went out to Los Angeles to be part of the Nerdist Channel's All-Star Celebrity Bowling show.
Apparently couldn't find any all-stars or celebrities.
I know,
so
right?
they got
It's
us.
like, yeah, that's everything in quotes there, by the way.
Even bowling.
Yeah, definitely the bowling part too. But a funny thing happened while we were out there. That episode will probably air sometime early next year. That's up to them. You can check out the Nerdist channel, youtube.com/the Nerdist, I believe, or just /Nerdist. It's Chris Hardwick's channel. /Nerdist, thank you. Anyway, as soon as my plane landed, my texts were just going nuts as soon as my phone came back on because I did turn it off for the flight. Once I got low enough to get signal.
Yeah, you just got below 10,000 feet.
Once I got low enough to get a signal. And I got all these messages, and we had a very cool thing happen. We were nominated, Red vs. Blue was nominated as Outstanding Digital Series by the Producers Guild of America, which was really awesome. We had, if you look at Gus, some of the stuff that's in there for like top drama and top comedy is the Game of Thrones is in there and Mad Men. But for digital series, we're up against 30 Rock, Dexter, and Top Chef. Yeah.
That's awesome.
And the Guild. So it'll be nice to lose to the Guild in a whole new format. But yeah, so that was really cool to get nominated for something like that. It's we didn't even know it was coming. We didn't expect it. And suddenly we just got hit with this Hollywood Reporter article that we were nominated for Producers Guild Awards. That's really awesome. Thank you so much.
You have the IWTV award behind you here in the podcast.
Yes, this one right here.
I want to replace the chicken with the Producers Guild award if we win.
I would pick this thing up. This is it right here. This is the IAWTV award. And we're actually nominated for Best Animated Series for IAWTV as well. We're going to be back in Las Vegas. That award show is January 8th.
8th, yeah.
And I believe the PGAs are the 26th.
26th or 28th.
26th or 28th. Maybe it's the 28th. I think you're right.
One of the two.
Okay, we'll figure it out.
And best supplementary material.
Also,
according
best
to Brandon.
supplementary material. I can see
you,
why
Brandon.
Brandon reminds you of that. It's Brandon's category. So, if Brandon was super excited about that. They put so much effort into that bonus DVDs for the box set and all the behind-the-scenes stuff they did for season 10 that they actually were nominated for an award for it. So that is awesome.
Yeah, that's
Congratulations,
awesome.
Brandon.
Congratulations.
Why don't you take a bow on your brand new camera shot that you have of yourself?
Take a bow.
That's it.
And Lindsay and Chris, he's very quick to talk
Lindsay
to
and Chris.
everyone.
Absolutely.
A lot of people worked on that.
Yep. There was over here in the annex, which is where we shoot the podcast.
The Annex.
They worked on that supplemental material and that Blu-ray authoring set for that box set. They worked on that, it seems like 300 hours straight. I mean, it was just like...
It was 24 hours a day for weeks.
It was unbelievable. I mean, it was like this monumental effort that they put in to get that thing out the door. And it was like everybody over here in the annex. It was Chris, Brandon, Kyle, Lindsay, and people anyone else, Brandon, that I actually mentioned that was over here, they were just going nonstop. I'm sure Jordan worked on it a ton too, so...
And
What is
Guardian
Jordan's
Testicles.
last name? I should know that.
Lowry.
Lowry?
Yeah.
No way. Is it
Brandon?
really?
Yeah.
Lowry.
In the
Like-
back,
like-
Brandon's
He's J-Lo.
Like Mike Lowry from
Mike
Bad Boys.
Lowry.
Yeah, that's exactly. Every time I talk to Jordan, I think of Mike Lowry from Bad Boys.
I'm gonna call him Mike Lowry from now on. He's just lost the name Jordan. He's gonna
I
be
heard
Mike
him
Lowry.
laugh.
Brandon came in when I was back there, really frustrated because I guess there's two Jordans there there now. So he was just like, everyone, this Jordan is now called Ace.
Yeah.
And it was like, why Ace? He's like, he has to be something that's not. He was getting really frustrated.
It always happens. When
Ace
we
is a
get
good
one
nickname.
person, we get a bunch of other names that all sound the same. When we were talking about PAX Australia, we were going over all the people that were supposedly thinking about sending to PAX Australia. I tried to say Jeff, Gus, and Joel in as fast as I could. It took me like 10 times to try to say it, and I was like, Jeff, Joel. I sound like a freaking idiot trying to say it to Matt. So
Definitely not Jack.
Well, I don't know. It all depends. It all depends. I owe
This is
Jack
the
for
Jack
telling the
podcast.
horrible Jessica Nugent Twitter story. So
You're gonna hear about that.
I already have. Jack's been waiting
trouble.
for me in the parking lot on that one. But
Make sure he brings Joel.
oh man, oh my god, that wasn't me, Jack. Just so you know, that was Gus. But he, So I think for PAX Australia, which is the middle of the year next year, summer in the U.S., winter in Australia. we're trying to figure out who's going to go. Ideally, it'd be great if we got, for the first PAX in Australia, if we got me and you, Matt, Jeff, and Joel to all go. But who knows what next summer will bring and what people will be working on.
The first time I ever went to Australia was in the summer. Summer here, winter down there. And we met someone down there who drove us like 2 hours out of Melbourne, and we went to Mount Burrell or Mount Burrell, and we went skiing. We should totally go skiing while we're down there.
What do you think? Yeah, when do you think was the last time? I guess RTX. I'm trying to think the last time all 5 of us worked on something together. You know what I mean?
Oh, God, yeah.
Because we're all working on so much stuff now. It's like that panel at RTX was the first time all 5 of us had worked on one thing at one time.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
They did that interview recently that you were on.
Joel wasn't here.
Joel
he wasn't?
here.
Joel wasn't here for that. Yeah, that's when Joel was off for a little bit, and he wasn't in the office for any of the documentary stuff.
Do you feel like skiing and snowboarding is something that if you didn't do at a young age, you'll just never do?
I hated it, to be honest. I just want to go back and hang out in the cabin, hang out on the mountain,
Get drunk.
Yeah, if you're
Guys
not
are
used to
such
being in snow,
Southerners.
here's newsflash: snow is cold, and it's wet.
And it sucks.
It sucks.
Look who you're talking to.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, don't you miss the snow? I'm like, fuck no, are you kidding me? I don't miss scraping off my car in like the middle of the night when the wind is blowing in your face and there's ice on your windshield and you're like scraping there, freezing your ass off. I don't miss that. Stop it.
Yeah, my favorite, I have a crack in my windshield now. My favorite, the solution that some people have when they don't know about ice and cold is that in Texas, when it freezes, brilliant Texans will, when their ice, like their windshields ice up, nobody has scrapers. So the brilliant idea they have is they all go in their house and they get a cup of hot water and then just dump it on their frozen windshield, which is like a recipe for just like basically cracking your entire windshield.
Your glass is gone, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So, but that's the solution in Texas is people with
Wow.
glasses of hot water.
Are you going to get your
so funny.
windscreen replaced?
Yeah, it was a crack about this long, and then I paid some dude like $50 to fix it for me at, he was at a detail place and said, oh, I can just make it so it never cracks again. The moment it got cold, it like cracked the entire way up the windshield. So hopefully I get it fixed tomorrow before I go to town.
I can't believe it's this hot in December.
It's awesome.
I went for a walk in a t-shirt and shorts, and I was sweaty.
Yeah.
In December.
In December.
It's incredible.
So we're going to the Child's Play charity dinner.
All 3 of you
We
guys
are.
are.
Yeah.
Yep.
We're flying out there. We'll be there Thursday evening.
When are we going?
We're flying out tomorrow,
We're
but we'll
leaving
be
tomorrow.
for the dinner Thursday
Who are we
evening.
flying with?
Alaska Air.
Oh, yeah? Sweet.
Is
I
that
was going
okay,
to say,
sir?
us
No, it's
three.
good, yeah.
Wait, did anyone book his plane ticket?
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, because I didn't book shit.
Everything is so last minute to me. I just get told the day before. Like, who
You
I'm
had
flying.
your fucking hotel and flight booked for Nerdist the day of, I think, or the day before.
Yeah.
I'm just like, do you have your flight yet? And he's like, I don't know.
See, again, he doesn't care. He's like, he shows up here at 7 o'clock to get his makeup fucking
You would
done.
have not gone if it were.
All right. This is what
me
the
checking
thing I have an
flight
issue
with
with.
You're absolutely right, Barbara. You're absolutely right because he would not have gone. He'd go, well, nobody booked me, so I just didn't go.
Yeah.
Here's my issue. I don't like everyone faffing around me and like everyone's. You could just turn up.
Let me
and
tell you
everything
your
will-
issue.
So why don't you book your
No,
own
no, let me
shit?
tell that's not your issue. Your issue is you're a self-centered asshole. That's your issue. It is all about Gavin Free.
No, it's just about.
No, that is 100%
It's about
your
being.
issue.
It's about being relaxed and not stressing.
No, it's
No.
not giving a shit about anyone else in the
no,
world
no.
except yourself.
Like this is someone else's problem.
Where is it?
Someone will take care of Gavin Free. Surely
All right,
Gavin
well,
will
okay,
be
well,
taken
Gavin
care of.
literally said these words to me. He was called a narcissist in a text message, and he goes, look, someone called me a narcissist. I go, that's because you're a narcissist. He goes, I kind of like being called that. He literally enjoyed being
right.
called a narcissist.
Well, that's a different conversation. Anyway, but what my point was to everyone who was saying, "Oh, book a flight." I don't have a company credit card to book a flight, and also I have no credit in this country, so I can't spend more than $500 in one go anyway.
So go up to someone who you know has a card and say, could you book my flight?
Gavin, everything
What do you
turned out
gotta
fine.
do?
Everything was
But the
fine.
whole point is, everything's fine. Yeah, but like,
Yeah,
I'm not
right.
going to stress about a flight for a week. I'll think, oh, I'm flying today.
Yeah, so you're going to let me stress about your fucking flight.
Yeah,
that I'm
and
not
you're gonna let
even
me
involved
stress
with.
sitting in front of the bathroom waiting for you to come out so I can hold your hand and walk you across the fucking parking lot to come over here. Yeah, you're
wanted
not gonna
to,
stress, but everyone else who has responsibilities is gonna stress. You self-centered piece of shit.
But did you need to stress?
Yes!
No, if you weren't there, I would have finished in the bathroom, come over here,
Go ahead.
and everything would have been fine.
I have to get mad at you because I can't get mad at him for filming here too long.
What happened? Oh,
You were here
that's not my
filming.
fucking fault. I had a thing I had to do for Immersion 2, and that all of a sudden took over my afternoon, and then we had some pickup stuff that we had to do, And it took longer.
All right.
And I gotta get done with that. I got to.
My argument was this: it takes makeup's like 2 minutes or whatever, and everyone else is done. I was going to come over anyway because it was 7 already, so I was like, I'm gonna shave quickly, which sucked because I was doing it really fast and I cut my face up.
Good.
Horrifically.
I hope you got hepatitis.
Where's this cut? Where is it?
It's like all over.
Nah.
You know,
don't
see it on
see
that.
shit.
Well, anyway, I would have come over and it all would have been fine, but you were faffing and stressing about it, right?
That was
You
better
didn't have
than
to.
fapping and stressing.
You didn't have to though.
No, he did though, because we literally did not. He wasn't in that chair until 30 seconds before we went live.
Who? Gus?
Gus.
Well, there you go.
With 30 seconds.
Besides, how many times have I said to you, hey, let's go do whatever, and you said, I can't leave today because I have my videos I have to do today?
Yeah?
Yeah, I mean, you pace yourself based on how much work you have to do. That's an
Right.
acceptable
Why,
thing
what's
to say.
your point?
That's so he wants you to fucking sit in there and be ready to go. 'cause
That way
that's what
we're
he's doing.
done. I can take my shit ahead of time. I'm not running. I'm not rushing in the toilet, coming out here 30 seconds before we go live.
Take my shit
Well, okay. Well, I just forgot that. I'm actually sorry for forgetting the time, but I don't think.
I did take everyone out to dinner too,
Whoa.
and I immediately stopped and turned and came back because I realized I was going to make us late, and I did not want to be responsible
Yeah.
for making everyone late to your podcast.
You would have had an atomic Gus on podcast
Yeah.
195.
Yeah, that'd have been a nightmare.
Because I was getting, like, while I was frantically shaving, I was getting texts like, come over from Dave. And then I opened the door, I was like peeking out because I was wondering if you were going to be there, and you were just sat at the table like, come on! Escorts me over.
So I got to point something else out too, which I wish Brandon could get on the mic and defend himself. So we do these pickups, and we set up this little mini set for me where I do some pickup shots for another project, and we do them occasionally here. For whatever fucking reason, we always set it up literally right here. They set me up
Yeah.
right here. Why not over there? Why not in the corner?
This room's huge.
And
I know.
they put it right in the way of the podcast every Tuesday, and it's like,
Is it
if we
'cause
would
the lights
just
are already
move
set
it.
up?
Well,
What's that?
The lights are already set
But
up?
they
No,
have
but
to
the
move
lights
them
aren't set
anyway.
up.
The
Yeah.
lights aren't set up for that. They have to move them regardless.
Oh.
He says they use everything regardless. But the difference, Brandon, is I can't get in here and start cleaning this or like moving shit around or getting set up.
So,
That's a good point. Yes, it is. That's why I made it. The lights are set up, but they're different.
so it's all Brandon's fault, is what we're saying, basically.
Yeah.
Kyle, take the lights. They're set up where they are. Do this. Whoop. Once again
Turn
for
them
the
up.
cameras, this is the dramatic, technical thing that we're gonna do. Take the lights and go like this.
180
That's
degree
it.
technology.
Boom. Yeah, amazing, amazing. Not that hard. I mean, sorry. I know it's difficult, but give me a break.
You guys do a great job with your productions.
All right.
Jordan also just came in here. Mike Lowry came in here, and
Mike
he just
Lowry.
took Joe the cat and removed Joe the cat from the main
Joe
studio.
had the best seat in the house.
So yeah, Joe sits on my throne from Gauntlet all the time. It's really funny.
Why was Joe escorted out?
I don't know.
They're probably going to cut to them at the end of the podcast.
Oh, but he might be doing something pretty funny. That we've.
Oh!
Oh yeah. So
Can you want to pull it up here?
yeah, pull up here. Look up.
Can't do this.
Good lord, I'm not to remember what
We're
this
going
is
to cut
called.
to a video here in a second, Brandon, you piece of shit.
Let me find you an actual.
There you go.
Let me find you an actual URL. Go to YouTube.
So this is a video that we've been watching. I didn't know you had seen. I don't know how you found it. Finchland from the website sent me an IM with
Okay,
it earlier.
on YouTube. Let me kill this real quick.
What am I searching here, Bernie Burns?
You're gonna look
Listen.
for.
Wow, that was-
Thy art is murder. Thy art is murder,
Is nerder.
Nerder. Murder.
and then cat at the end of that.
Cat.
Apparently, The Dark Knight Rises is coming out.
There you go.
on DVD
Horde of a
and Blu-ray.
chainsaw, death metal.
First one.
So it's this guy who has an awesome cat, and
Scroll
he
down a little.
acts out drum solos. Move that mouse off there. Death metal solo, drum solos with cat.
Have you seen this yet, Gavin?
The cat.
Well,
that
that's my
cat
favorite
is
part.
the most chill cat.
And these go on for 3 minutes.
He's doing the feet as
Yeah,
well.
that's
Yeah,
my
the
favorite part of the whole
bass
thing
pedal.
is that his feet are also doing bass pedal.
So it's the death metal drumming cat. And I think somebody on Reddit, they came and brought it to me. So apparently somebody on Reddit asked, would this be possible to do with Joe the cat, since Joe the cat is super laid back? And so we saw Mike Lowry in the control room about an hour ago. He was doing it with Joe.
Yeah, before we
Yeah.
went live, we had the camera set up in there, and he was doing it.
Go forward to 240. This is Gus's favorite part. Go to
247 is my favorite part. but-
Well, you gotta go a little forward
Yeah,
though.
yeah.
The look on the cat's face.
Is that mouse not
also
working?
Pretty
It's
good.
wireless, so it's kind of
It's pretty shit. Nailed it.
I can't see the time on there.
It's coming up.
Oh, it's really skipped ahead, hasn't it?
Oh, it's too far.
All right, we give up.
It's gone off the rails.
Look up the video yourself and watch it.
Yeah, go to the 247 mark yourself.
You know, I gotta say, that is always the process of showing people YouTube videos, even like one-on-one in person when you do it. You'll go to show somebody the video, and about a minute in, you're like, get out of this, this is embarrassing.
Go back to the cat.
Go back to cat, Ken.
Cat. Cat. Cat's just like, what the fuck?
This is for the
bit.
big build-up.
Right? Like, most cats, you like pet them wrong, and they're like become like razor blades attached to your arm. That cat is just like, no fucks given.
And Joe the cat's the same way. I mean, I've talked about it before, but I had a cat named Finch, who was her old office cat, who was in Archie Comics. I had that cat for like 10 years. I maybe pet the cat 5 times total.
Why? Did you hate it?
No, it wouldn't let you touch it.
Whenever, the funny thing about Finch was, occasionally he would come out to be pet, or she would come out to be pet, and she looked so distressed the whole time. Like, she obviously wanted to be petted, and you would like start petting her, and she would be like scrunching down. She would take like 2 and then like take off running.
I just remember that cat being clung permanently to the back of Nathan.
Yeah.
The entire time in Buda.
Well, Nathan, I think, arrived shortly after Finch. And so Nathan spent the first 2 years that he worked for us, he would sit in his chair, but he'd have to sit forward like this because Finch would wedge herself behind Nathan in the chair and sit in the small of his back. So he would always sit on the front half of his chair for 8 hours a day, and Finch would just sit back there. She loved Nathan for whatever reason.
My friend had a cat that loved everyone. It was like a dog cat. It would play fetch with like beer bottle caps and everything. It would jump on everyone and like rub itself on everyone. They'd have guests over all the time. This one time, she had a house party, and there was this really sketchy guy that showed up. He was all like grungy and like didn't really talk to anyone. And the cat was playing around and like ran into the room.
Is the guy from Mega 64?
No,
Okay, go ahead.
it's just some random guy. The cat runs into the room, stops dead in its tracks, looks straight at the guy, and the guy's like, kitty, kitty. The cat's just standing there like this, and then slowly goes like this. And just starts
Backs out.
backing out of the room, but like really slowly, not breaking eye contact with this dude. And everyone in the room just like broke down laughing because it was like, we all knew this
And then
dude's
everyone
sketchy.
asked him to leave. That man was Jeffrey Dahmer. And now you know the rest of the story.
Good segue.
Okay, well, we need to wrap up. We're going.
Oh,
we got-
no,
we-
there's going to
we
be
got a
something
lot
else
of
we can
time
talk
here.
about. So this weekend, you guys are going to Child's Play.
Yes.
You guys are going
I've
there.
never been to that before.
Me neither.
I'm in trouble. I think Robert Koo and I think he's going to have words with me next time he sees me.
Yeah,
'Cause
you were supposed
Because
to
you're
go.
not damn going, are you?
I missed PAX and I can't go to Child's Play dinner.
Why?
So I have an obligation.
Yeah?
to a pretty girl. I'm going to the IGN holiday party.
Ooh la di da.
I know. I'm very excited. Not so much for the party, but anyway. So then this weekend though, I am going to Butnumathon, which is the 24-hour film festival we've talked about occasionally on what's on.
That we were gonna go to also.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so I told Barb and Gav that this is their first year in Austin. Barb, you're actually coming up on 1 year.
1 year.
And I said, you guys should definitely go to Butnumathon, apply to go to this thing. And Barb said, I'll absolutely do it. And I got to the application the day of that they were due. And then I showed the application to Gavin. The application had 14 questions on it. Gavin took one look at it and said, nah, not doing it. I can't be bothered. So you didn't even think
You
about
only
filling
had
it out.
14 questions. I mean, come on.
It wasn't just
come
14
on.
questions. It was one of the questions required like a photo or some sort of video.
No, you had to take a photo.
Yeah. That
Because they have a yearbook that goes along with it for everyone who
Needing-
attends.
needing to do anything.
If I ever,
Elaborate.
yeah, the amount of, I've not been paid for some jobs I've done because it involves finding a scanner to like scan a document or something. Just the effort, even if like the reward is good, effort is difficult for me in that way. Just like organizing stuff.
Effort is
Like,
difficult.
But anything
You
involving
know
paper.
there was a photo. I don't even think he read the questions.
No, I didn't see the questions.
Right.
You were just describing it to me and then I left.
I was like, I can't handle this. I have to leave. But the weird thing is you work really hard.
Oh yeah, I work hard. Yeah, I
Yeah.
like working hard. but that I can't be doing with just faffy nonsense. I just like to be like,
Faffy, is that your word?
You've said the word faff, I think, 6 times.
I don't know if
Might be
you've
good.
ever said that in the whole time I've known you, except for tonight. You've said it like 6 times.
all right, I'll cut down on faff.
So
All right.
here's what I'm hoping to see at
Stop
Button
faffing
on
about.
Okay.
Hoping to see The Hobbit this weekend.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Hoping beyond hope. It would be crazy if it showed, because it'd be about 9 months early. But based on the audience, there's a weird outside shot we might see Ender's Game, which would be really cool.
That would be really cool.
That's being released in like August of next year. But it's done. Apparently, Ender's Game has been made, and it was independently produced. So then they just finally sold it to a distributor, and the distributor just put it in their lineup where they had a space. And so the movie's completely done. And we might see that zombie movie. These are things I'm hoping for. I have no idea. There's all this speculation as to what's
It's
going
always
to
a
show.
secret.
Yeah, it's always a complete secret. One dude knows. And there's this film called Warm Bodies that a lot of people think we might see.
It would be cool if you all got to see a clip or a bit of Star Trek, which comes out in May.
You know, that's
They have a track record with Star Trek. It would also be cool, but I think this one's even less likely, if you saw the Shane Carruth movie. I think it would affect their Sundance.
No, they can't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stuff
So
that usually
Sundance
shows at
showing.
festivals is
Yeah.
usually kind of
I believe
off
it's
limits.
closing the Sundance Festival. I mean, speaking of Sundance.
Like the one movie we couldn't talk about last year that showed at Button-a-thon was Cabin in the Woods. And we saw it like 3 months before it was opening at South by Southwest. So we couldn't talk about that movie at all.
Because it affects festivals.
Yeah.
There was a documentary playing on the plane that I flew to and from Minecon called Searching for Sugar Man, which is about a guy from Detroit in the late 60s, early 70s who recorded these 2 albums that did terrible in the US. I think the label literally said they sold like 6 copies. And the guy, he ended his music career because no one bought his stuff. But apparently someone took these records to South Africa and they became these songs became anthems for the anti-apartheid movement. And this guy was bigger than like Elvis and the Beatles in South Africa. And it was before the internet. Everyone thought that this guy was dead. No one knew who he was. And it was huge, very influential for South Africa. And so this movie, or this documentary, is these 2 guys from South Africa who were really huge fans of these albums, trying to find out whatever happened to the guy that made this music.
That's a really...
And they never made a film. They filmed it on their iPhones.
Really?
Yeah.
Does it look good?
It looks all right.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was iPhone footage until afterwards. You read the trivia, oh, wow, weird.
You know,
But, it's really, really interesting.
That's really interesting.
There's another
idea for
documentary
it.
that's kind of getting big right now about a guy who was an inmate and he snuck a camera.
Yeah, that was on Reddit today, I think, right?
Was it? Yeah, he snuck a camera. It's an HBO thing. And he snuck a camera into a high security prison and just filmed for a couple of years. It looks
I
like
think
a
it
couple
was
years.
6 months.
Not that high security then.
No, it was a big deal. It was a very
Yeah.
big deal that he got it in there
Yeah.
to begin with, and the fact that he was able to film stuff.
There's a problem in Texas prisons where the inmates are smuggling cell phones in. And they're trying to figure out a way to clamp down
How
on
do they
that.
possibly do that? Don't they search every part of you?
Up your
and-
butt!
I would assume
Phones are
they
getting
search
smaller.
that.
Huh?
I would assume they search that.
Not well enough. Maybe you got a big butt.
Yeah, can I
Cannot
say,
lie.
One of my favorite sites on the internet is LiveLeak, and they always have like really.
Yeah, but there's always gross stuff on there.
Well, you can pick out the gross stuff and just not watch it if you want
I'm
to.
just so scared of seeing gross stuff.
Like what in particular, like car wrecks and stuff.
Just like blood coming out
Like
of people.
bread and sweat.
Like you should you showed me a video of a guy stabbing a tire and it rips off, and it's really funny because his shirt comes flying off. But then there's just blood coming out of him. It's
Just don't look at that part. Look
it
at the
was a-
shirt blowing off. And
It was some dude in China, and he got mad at a trucker, and he went to pulls out a knife and he goes to stab the back tire, and he pops the tire with such force, the tire explodes, rips his shirt off his body, and knocks him down. But then the guy stands up, and he's blood is. It's from a security camera, so it's not that clear. Blood is pouring out of this guy from somewhere.
Did the
He must have died.
Did the rubber rip him, or did his own knife go into him or something?
Probably rubber ripped him. The girl that I dated for a really long time in college, her her brother was in the army, her older brother. All
My
right,
girlfriend's boyfriend.
Let it go. my girlfriend's boyfriend. He was in the army. He was in Germany, and he had a story that he told where he was out of commission for 7 months or something like that. He was changing a tire, and the tire was hot, and the tire exploded while he was changing it, and he got hit. That's steel belting, and he got hit by that, and it broke his face and cut his face at the same time.
I'm really paranoid when I top off air in my tires to the point where I won't squat with my legs open in front of the tire.
you're
I always do
protecting
it
your
like
nuts.
sideways. I'm afraid that the tire's gonna blow up and like rip my junk
I
off.
bet you look really manly doing that.
Yeah, so I look really weird, but it's like a phobia. I don't want to say a phobia, but it's definitely a concern of mine. Like, is this tire going to explode?
I've noticed that in Austin more than I've ever seen in the world is tires just on the side of the road, like blown out tires.
Yeah.
On the highway.
When the tires heat up, the air expands, which then causes like a weak tire, a compromised tire to explode.
Because of science.
Yes, because of science. Okay, we've gone really long. This is like getting to be one of the longest podcasts we've ever done.
All right, couple things really fast. Welcome to Jordan Swears. Welcome to Austin. He moved to Austin. He's now an official staff member at Rooster Teeth
Why
Productions.
don't we make use of the thingy?
Yeah, Jordan, go out there and say hello, for God's sake.
Here he is.
He was ready to do it.
Hey, no, go open your thing.
open
Go open your thing. Go open your thing.
And look at the thing that says "Look here."
He's so eager.
Get close to the mic. Make sure you get right on
So
it.
Jordan makes the Rooster Teeth animated adventures. We love him. He's a great guy.
We could cut to him at any
We're
time.
going to cut to him at any point.
Yep.
I'm going to move on.
Hey,
He's in Egypt. He's not even
You're
here.
supposed to be in Austin. What are you doing over there?
What was that?
Yeah, well, we got to use our technology.
Is he under a tent in Egypt? Because the sunlight on the pyramids doesn't really reflect on his
Well,
face.
it's very hot sun in Africa. You have to be careful.
We had to. We didn't have very much time to set that up. It was very last minute. But welcome, Jordan.
Thanks.
No, I think
Good to be here.
I think they decided to make their lighting for their thing a little bit better than ours. That's what I think they decided for. They get this like moody, like cool lighting, and we just have
So
like
I
the
wanna
harsh
know-
lights, glare on the glasses and all that.
When people move to Austin, because when I told my English family that I was moving to Texas, they thought I was a weirdo. What did your family think of you moving to Austin?
They were
Jordan?
like, "Get out! We don't want you here anymore." Anyway, so yeah,
You're from
they
LA.
were fine. They understand what Rooster Teeth is. They're not out of touch. Weird parents.
How'd you get to Antarctica? Well, welcome all the way from. We're bringing people from California. We're
It's really cold here.
And now you're in a jungle.
Oh, it's really warm here.
You should put him in front of the Rooster Teeth building.
All right.
Okay.
Well, thanks, Jordan. Get out of here.
Okay, bye.
There's
Bye, Jordan.
So welcome to Jordan. Also, the season 10 soundtrack is now available in the store. So iTunes, sorry, it's available on iTunes. So please go check it out.
And this fine shirt.
And then we have that shirt as well. And of course, don't forget that the box sets and lots of cool merchandise. Griff balls are no longer on sale in the store, but Achievement Hunter slap bands, which are a big item as well. The Achievement Hunter
They're behind me.
boy band poster, which is a huge one as well. Those are all available in the store.
And they will be back in stock very shortly.
And we are still shipping in time for Christmas, right?
Yes.
Yes.
What-
If you're not international. If you're international, you have to go rushed a little bit.
If you're international, what we're saying is that we don't want you to have a good Christmas. So fuck
Also,
off.
we also have Jeff Williams band shirts and Trocadero band shirts in our store now as well.
Great.
You know
All right.
what?
Well, that's it. We got to go.
Wait, when's Hanukkah?
Hanukkah is next week.
Next
Christmas is on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
We need to figure out what we're doing for the live stream. I can't make those guys all work here on Christmas Day.
Yeah, forget about Jesus. Come on. Come on out.
Of course you will.
I'll be in
also,
England, so-
any New Year's plans?
Is that Tuesday also?
Yeah, the next Tuesday. It's always the same. It's the same day, right?
Of course, the one year we finally start doing live streams, all this happens. I don't know.
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
We'll
all
fake
right.
it.
Merry Christmas.
Bye.
Happy holidays. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye. Roll credits. Whoa.
Guys, I got the best idea. We should get drunk and do a podcast. Drunk, tank, tank, a drunk, a tank, tank, drunk, a tank, a drunk, a tank, tank, drunk, tank, a drunk, a tank, tank, drunk, a drunk, a drunk, a tank, tank, drunk, tank, a drunk, a tank, tank, drunk, a drunk, a tank, tank.